But Sony, on the other hand, they're in it to make money. They want to like really make that money. So they
which I don't understand because they have a whole bunch of shit coming out. Like the product,
but that's the point, though. That's the point. Like, if you're gonna bring this handheld device out, especially with earbuds, why not spike the price? Because people are going to be utilizing that.
Yeah.
I beg to differ because why can't they just put like exclusives PlayStation, just like how Xbox puts like Starfield, for instance, on the Game Pass? They could. Why can't PlayStation put like their exclusives on their current subscription?
Because they don't want to. Welcome back again and again, over and over again. We're back with another episode for Couch Crunch Podcast. We got the whole squad is here today.
No, feel like Wu-Tang.
I know. Finally got the whole squad here. So I hope everybody's ready for an interesting episode. So the first thing we're gonna pretty much dive right into it. We don't need more introductions since we already know everybody. So we're gonna start with PlayStation Plus. It goes up in price about like $40. What do you guys think about that?
Nope.
Because I really don't give a fuck because I don't play, like, I don't have it set for yearly. I have it set by monthly, and it's been the same.
Wise choice.
It's been the same. So other than that, I'm all right with it.
They did this shit very quietly. They didn't even do an announcement.
They damn sure did.
They did. That shit was quiet because they knew people was going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Because my dumbass didn't know until you told me.
Wait, what? PlayStation Plus, PS Plus Essentials is what exactly? What's the Essentials? What is that? I don't have a PS.
Monthly games and online player. Like you're able to play online and stuff, but you have like it's like a limited category you get.
Right. All right. Yeah. So that goes from 60 to 80 starting September 6th.
So yeah, that's that. But the prices that we're going to be talking about are the yearly prices, like the 12-month subscriptions, because the monthly and the 3-month, I think they stay the same.
I think. I don't know, man.
Because don't quote us on that. But from what I'm looking at, the last time I didn't have a PlayStation subscription until I got the PS5, which was recently again, because I cut it off a long time ago. But when I got back, like I'm looking at Essentials 1 month subscription is $10, which I thought that's how it was before initially, was it not?
Yeah, I thought it was. And the 3 month is like 25, right? Or
the 3 month is 25, and then the year is now the 12 month subscription went from 60 to 80, which I don't know why. Why didn't they just keep it the same? I mean, they're still making sound greedy for Sony.
No, this is in the response to Microsoft having a good ass deal with Game Pass and shit like that. And
they feel some type of way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, definitely. Because, well, one, I feel bad. Just to put this out there. If they're playing for PlayStation Plus Premium, what the fuck? I feel bad for your ass.
I pay for premium, but I pay monthly. Yeah, I pay for premium too, but I pay the $18 one.
Yeah, I had the premium too at some points.
I won't lie. As far as what you said a few minutes ago that you didn't know until Aaron told you, I didn't know until like I got the topic list. And in my defense, I've been strictly PC since like the middle of 2020.
Yeah, I've been playing on my Steam Deck most of the time, so I don't really notice.
I don't notice any of that.
You're forgiven for that, honestly, because they did this so fucking quietly. They did not want to know.
I got the breakdowns here. So the essential is, so you get monthly games, online multiplayer, exclusive discount, exclusive content, extra cloud storage, share play, and game help. So that's the basic tier, right? Then for extra, you get all those same things, but you get Ubisoft Classics and Game Catalog. They don't specify what Game Catalog is, But whatever that is, you get that as well.
There's like
And
3
then-
different categories for
and then
for games.
The premium, so the premium, you get everything as before, but you get Ubisoft Classics, you get Classics catalogs, you get game trials and cloud streaming.
They are giving you demos through a subscription service?
And then hold on, wait. So who had the prices? Who had the prices?
We have the prices up here. So
what is it? Just the essential? Is it just the essential that's changing, or all of them?
It's all of them, all 3 tiers.
And how much are they changing by?
It's like $40.
Yeah, $40 each.
Wait, so how much is the premium currently now?
Right now is for a 12-month. Yes, it was 120 for a 12-month subscription. Now it's $160 a year.
And how much is that a month?
You gotta do the
I don't
math,
know. I don't think you was able to actually purchase the premium separately on a month per basis, was you?
Okay, you're doing it. Never mind.
Yeah. It's about $13 a month.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like,
that's not terrible.
When you break it down like that, it's not bad.
And you got to think about it. Like,
well, then I'm the fucking dumbass that paying $18 a month.
No. So Game Pass, right? Game Pass I think it's $15 a month for the whole Ultimate. So you get the connection with Xbox and PC and the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this is not bad if you primarily just play on PlayStation. The biggest things for me, I can only speak for myself, is game trials and the Ubisoft Classics. Because I actually use those things. Like, there's a couple games that I was able to play simply off of the 2-hour trial. So for me alone, that's worth it.
One of the things I want to start off is cloud streaming on PlayStation is the fucking worst. It's not like, why even have it on there? It's not good, dude. It's so laggy. It's pixelated most of the time. It's not good. And I have the strongest internet, and everything else works on it, but cloud gaming. It's weird.
What kind of internet do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I have Verizon. I have the highest tier.
Yeah.
I used to have the highest.
I pay like $100 a month just for internet.
I don't give a fuck.
I actually used to have the highest for Xfinity, and then I switched over to the T-Mobile internet. It's actually pretty good.
Xfinity sucks.
Yeah. I have T-Mobile now. All right, I have the T-Mobile internet, and it's
so
working
you did a
beautifully.
good deed.
And
Bro,
I only pay like $50 a month.
T-Mobile internet? That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's actually, no, but it's actually really good, and you only pay like $50 a month.
T-Mobile's pretty up there.
Yeah,
they are.
And they have towers everywhere. But like the cool thing about the router is that it actually shows you like the kind of like signal that you're getting. So like at my house, I have very good signal, but it's not all bars. I'm missing like that last bar. But like I think when you do the house setup, it actually like has you like try out different areas to see where you get the best connection. So it's actually pretty cool.
I don't know, man. Me and Nick got AT&T now, so we internet's good over here.
I don't got no complaints.
I was about to say like, it's fine.
So you guys like the cloud streaming on PlayStation?
Nah, I thought it was garbage.
It was
to be fair, like,
PlayStation now.
Bro, who the hell cloud streams? Like,
but Mir, that's
like,
my point. Like, why pay for the cloud streaming if it's trash? Like, why do we?
I mean, but
I don't know.
Like, you can. I mean, they have to make some type of offset to what Xbox offers. Xbox offers it too, so it's like they have to do that. Whether it's better than the Xbox's cloud streaming, it's debatable. But I don't think, like, if you can play all those games natively on Xbox Game Pass, there's no reason to use. The only time you're using this is like literally if you're using a mobile device, like an iPhone or a tablet.
Yeah.
If you have a physical device, like even if you have like a backbone or one of those to pair to your phone, it's the only reason why I could see you using this.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people are making an argument too that they should have added like you get like early access to like early release of games, like how Xbox does on some of their games, like on Game Pass, but. For the up price, it's not.
You get the trial, but it's not a early access to the like whole game.
Right.
So that kind of sucks.
Wait, wait! You get what games you get early access on Xbox?
I thought that was part of like the Game Pass, wasn't it?
You got. I'm pretty sure you got
most things, bro. Majority of games to get early access, you gotta pay a special edition for the game.
I was about to say you gotta like
because that's
like a special pre-order.
You get trials like you get I said Don. What you thinking of is and it's actually on every platform, even Steam.
Yeah, it's
called
trials.
like free play days, right? Xbox does it like from here on. They don't always do it, but from here on out, like Xbox will do like, hey, Call of Duty is free for the weekend or something, or they might give a specific game. You'll get a free play day for the weekend for it.
Yeah, that's on the developer.
Yeah, but I think that's on all.
I thought Xbox did something like that. I thought it was like
no.
I swear they did too, though.
No, because with Starfield, you had to buy like the deluxe edition or something, wasn't it? That you had to pre-order or some shit like that, and then they allowed it like playable on Xbox early access like that because Steam didn't get it until like a week later almost.
Yo,
no, you had it on Steam, but you had to buy the premium edition.
Yeah, there was some gimmick to it.
I think my friend he has an Xbox Series X. I think he had Starfield earlier and he didn't buy the game, but he was subscribed to Game Pass. So I think he did.
That's what so it was a $30 add-on. That's what everybody bought. You pay $30 for the deluxe upgrade, and that's how you had early access to it.
Oh, all right.
Oh, you still got paid for it. Okay.
Either way, you're paying extra money for your extra shit. So
most games like for like Mortal Kombat launches this week, but that's only for deluxe. Like if you paid $100, I think it launches on Tuesday.
That's crazy. That is lame. That's a very lame.
Just wait for the fucking game to come out.
Yeah, wait for the fucking game. Honestly, at that point, deluxe edition.
Y'all crazy. I'm all for it.
Of course you did. I'm getting mine this Friday. I decided to wait on it. But one thing I wanted to say about this was two things between Sony and Microsoft.
Bro, you don't even have PlayStation. It shouldn't matter.
No. This is actually really good, though. It's actually really good. I used to be a PlayStation subscriber, but I got a break. I got a break.
It's a hit. It's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss with Aaron because he does have like valid sources that he reads up on, but then sometimes it's like you don't even have a fucking PlayStation.
I agree. But
the subject does not apply to you.
But it does somewhat. Maybe I might buy a PlayStation in the future, right?
It's funny because that's
man, he gonna sell it again. Oh, here.
No, but like all jokes aside, that's exactly why there's a certain portion why I just was not like saying a word because I'm like I don't have like Xbox or a PlayStation anymore. I am strictly like PlayStation.
Just like I don't talk about fucking Starfield or anything Xbox really. I don't got a fucking Xbox.
Yeah, because that's what I was like. I don't have it, so I have nothing to speak on it for. So I'm like, I'll just listen to everyone else's point for now.
We're gonna let Aaron go ahead, Aaron.
No, you need to speak up. By the way, you need to speak up because still.
No, I was saying that the reason why I didn't speak up is because I don't have it, so I don't have anything to contribute to that.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. Well,
fair enough.
I'm going to say this on this note. Microsoft can afford. Obviously, we know Microsoft has like a lot of fucking money. Clearly, they have big bucks. Obviously,
I don't know where they get it from because they haven't got shit.
No. Yeah, right.
Well, you said Microsoft, not Xbox. Team.
Yeah, Microsoft.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Xbox.
They can afford to lose as much money as they can on Game Pass. Clearly, they fork out the money for developers to put their money on Game Pass and all that stuff like that. Sony's in it to make a profit off of all their stuff. So this price increase, it kind of makes sense when you look at the way that they want to make a profit off of their subscription service. They want to make a profit off of their consoles and all that other stuff. It kind of makes sense that they will raise the price. Xbox, they got not Xbox, but no, Microsoft in general has like a lot of fucking money. So they can afford to lose as many money as they can on just to get it into as many people's home as possible. Like, they don't matter. They don't mind. But
they just put like exclusives, PlayStation, just like how Xbox puts like Starfield, for instance, on the Game Pass. They could. Why can't PlayStation put like their exclusives on their current subscription?
Because they don't want to.
They do have it on there
after like a year.
Well,
I think it's rarely. They rarely.
I mean,
they don't have it like day one of the fucking game. They put it on like after.
Which I
time.
highly doubt they would do that.
No,
because they want more money.
They definitely, they want to make their money.
Compatible.
Exactly. That's why I brought that up. They're about making their money. Microsoft can lose money for years to come.
They could easily put Spider-Man 2 on there, but they're not doing that.
No.
Yeah, exactly. They could
well, Xbox is going like the Steam route. Like Steam has their Steam store, but they're trying to. They don't care if they sell or not sell the Steam Deck. You know what I mean? Because they're still making tons of money off their store.
That makes sense.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. So like Game Pass in the long run probably doesn't make Xbox a bunch of money. They're probably losing money off of the subscription service, for being honest. But that as long as they get it as many games on that service as possible and get it into as many people's homes as possible. That's really all they care about. In the long run, they'll increase the price of Game Pass soon too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add. That was my next question I was going to ask for you guys. It was, do you think,
especially once they start getting those first party games out?
Oh yeah, well, that will go up.
Exactly.
And the fact that they're giving it to you for one price for both PC and Xbox, they're definitely going to increase that.
They're going to increase that. Just give it some time. Sony just wants to make as much money as possible right now. They just want to do. They don't got the money like Microsoft.
I think all those Ghost of Tsushima, even for Horizon, I don't know if Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is on there, but majority of those games are already on the essential thing.
It is. It's on the premium thing. Yeah. That's how I played the Ratchet and Clank when it was off of that.
Yeah,
they put it on there after a while, but it's not like how Xbox puts it on like day one of when it releases.
Mm-hmm.
And even like Xbox has the luxury of like having backwards compatibility, or at least they have that excuse. They have that whole catalog of games. It gives more bang for the buck for this subscription.
Do you guys think who has the bigger library? Is it Xbox or is it the PlayStation? Like as far as like the subscription,
compatible is Xbox.
No, I was about to say it would be Xbox.
Well, PlayStation, you can play PS1 games, PS2 games, and stuff on there.
Yeah, but them shit's ass compared to what Xbox has.
Yeah, you don't have
you
no.
Can't even.
I don't think that it was if it was ass or not. It was more like just trying to get a census of like the comparison. What has more?
Like
whether it's good or bad.
I can agree with you, Mayor, that PlayStation does have ass games that they put up there. They should have put better games on there for sure. But yeah,
but
like
to your point though, even in compared to like comparing the two. The difference is like with PlayStation, a lot of those games you're streaming them. Xbox, you're playing them natively, and then they're enhanced resolution and frame rates as well. So you're playing classic Xbox games at a higher res and better.
Let me rephrase my question. Which system has a better native library?
Xbox.
Absolutely Xbox.
Yeah, which I agree. I just wanted to throw that question out for the audience because I'm sure somebody wants to know.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like I seen it was a Reddit post going on not too long ago. Everybody was pissed because Final Fantasy, what is it? The Lightning series, that's not even on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. It's
there's a lot of fucking games that I want on PlayStation that's not on there. Like I don't understand why they don't just put it on there.
No,
remember those video games, the Skate series? Those aren't on PlayStation, but they're surely on Xbox.
And that's good.
You know what's funny about PlayStation too? Because they took a lot of like when PlayStation Now was still out on their store, they had way more games on there. But after they took away PlayStation Now, they for some reason they took away a lot of their catalog, and that was even smaller than what it was.
PlayStation thought they had the Nintendo effect, where they thought that they could start deducting things from us and it would become better. Whereas the Nintendo can literally give us pity stuff, like just the bare minimum, and we're all embracing it and accepting it. But when PlayStation are like, hey, even though we had these games on here years ago, we're going to take them away because we just feel like nobody plays them. But when that happens, now everybody's pissed off and nobody likes your service.
I agree.
What's his name? The dude, whoever's in charge of PlayStation. What's his name? That one European guy. I forgot what his name was. But he has a very hands-off approach when it comes to legacy content. He really does not give a shit about games that go further back than the PS3, honestly. He even said
it's so stupid.
Yeah, well, he even said it at a conference one time. He said, what he said? He said, do you look at the graphics of the original Ratchet & Clank or Gran Turismo or something? And he said, who would want to play those games nowadays?
That's why you increase the resolution, increase the frame rate. They're like, come on, what are we doing? Like,
he was on some bullshit.
Why does it look like he's about to ask you to get into his van?
Because PlayStation got like a whole catalog of PS2 games that they never beat. It's like they got classics on there, and they just didn't put in any effort to put them on there.
Yeah, now if you were talking about overall who has the better catalog of games in history, absolutely
PlayStation.
Yeah, but I just mean for like these subscriptions that we're paying. Like, is it worth? So do you think that PlayStation is gonna lose or gain from this?
Gain. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
man.
I think they're gonna gain.
As stupid as it is.
No, I agree. I think they're gonna gain from it.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think.
see a lot of people complaining about it.
Well, because they don't, like Aaron said in the beginning, nobody knew that it was happening. They just did it.
Yeah, exactly.
So people are getting charged 160, then 120, and they don't even care or know.
They probably don't even realize that.
Yeah, they don't even realize.
They probably don't even know
Yeah,
that's
they don't
coming
even
out of
realize
money.
exactly.
They don't realize it once they see their bill.
Well, they're gonna realize it if they hear this podcast. Once they hear it, they're gonna be like,
Yeah, they
"Oh
will
shit,
know it.
let me go check my bank account real quick."
But it was something funny though. It was something hilarious. Two things. One, Hulu just increased their prices as well.
Yeah, they damn sure did. And we are pissed about that one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How much did they increase it?
It's
like,
it's not much.
It's really
not
not.
much.
It's just the fact that they did it.
Because
Yeah,
I think I think with the no ads, it started out at like what was it, like $11, $12? Now it's like 15 or something.
It just went
Now
up.
it's
It just went up
now?
like $4 or something like that, $3.
Yeah,
And that
so-
$4 is pissing everybody off.
It is
And-
because you're a streaming service. Why the fuck do you got to go up in price? Leave it alone.
And why?
Netflix
Aren't they
is
like
the same
not
thing, too.
paying their writers or actors or some shit like that right now? Is it like a?
Well,
What do you?
yeah,
Oh, it's like a
something
strike.
like-
It's like a strike for
It's a
writers.
writer strike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what the
I
fuck
think
the
they
fuck
did
do
the same
extra
thing
money
with
for it?
who was I talking to? They did that with Family Guy, didn't they?
Yeah, but Family Guy got
yeah.
like cut off. He sold it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Family
like,
Guy.
it still happened because of that. You know, that was the reason that they weren't getting paid.
Yeah, I think they made fun of it too.
Oof. It sounds like
in an
Family Guy.
episode.
It sounds like Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like Family Guy.
So
But-
real quick, I just got because I know we were just talking about the whole like different systems, handheld versions of it, and all that. Just wanted to propose this idea, just see what get a sense of what everybody thinks. If Sony were to like basically release like another Vita that's like more updated and I guess more enhanced, would you guys consider getting it?
No.
No. Well, hold up.
Well, it depends.
It depends. Yeah, I mean,
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it was like obviously it was improved for like what we have now, like to better kind of like compensate, if that makes sense.
If it's stronger than the Steam Deck, maybe. But if not, no.
Well, it depends on if
Solid.
it had exclusives too.
Yeah, I was
like
about
the-
to
like
say
the
that.
PSD,
They're like
like-
exclusive.
Specific.
Yeah, the Vita had some exclusives, yeah, but it still wasn't worth it though.
Like
I
if they
sold
could
it
bring
like within a week.
PS4 quality
Really?
exclusives
Yeah,
to the handheld, I think
The
you consider it.
PS4 quality. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that's pretty good. Yeah.
If it still has like PS4 Pro qualities, it's still less than the PS5, then no, I wouldn't.
But you
Because
also
my
need, like,
Steam
Why you so uppity, huh?
Right,
because my Steam Deck plays close to PS5.
Oh, that's
okay,
true.
well, not everybody in this
Fair
room has a Steam Deck.
I know, but I'm saying for my opinion, you asked us like individually.
Wait,
I know. I'm just giving you shit. That's all.
What did you say about the Steam Deck?
What? No,
What
he
did you
said
say about it?
he said that if a new Vita came out and it was like pushing the power still less than the PlayStation, you said PS5.
No, I was saying like if they actually improved it and they enhanced it for what we have now.
I gave
so it
you
can compensate
two
for,
options. I said
you know.
if it's as strong as or a little better than the PS5, then yes. If it's not, then no, because I can just play the Steam Deck. I already have it, so there's no reason for me to get a new Vita or new PlayStation because I already have the PS5.
Right. Okay.
Got you.
No,
Well, price
because-
point too, depending on the price point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Knowing
remember the
PlayStation
price
with their
being too
VR
bad,
too,
right?
they haven't,
It's like
they haven't kept up
$200
with their exclusives
Not
for the
horrible.
VR either. So
for the time.
they probably won
True.
with PSP.
Yeah. They got. Yeah. True.
I think the PSP was like one of the greatest handheld consoles.
So
Honestly,
on
was
this
it was
topic
okay.
though,
for the time, that was the
amazing.
best one.
Right.
And then they came out the Vita, and then he only brought out like 10 games, and, then it died.
And then the Go, it was kind of.
And the
What?
Go was the same thing as the fucking Vita. It just flips up.
yeah, honestly, what I didn't like about the Vita at the time that I had it was like it comes with like a little SIM card with only 4 gigs. What am I doing with that?
At that time, that was a lot.
I mean, back
No,
then,
it
that
was
was
not.
a lot.
that was like 4 games,
8
Well,
gigabytes was a lot.
because they only gave you 4 games.
and that was like all the memory right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
And the games were like at least 350 megabytes. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
on this topic though, I do
148
have
like
a
Starfield.
follow-up question though. As someone who
yeah,
owns a Steam Deck,
148 for Starfield is
Do
crazy.
you
That's
think
my
it's worth
whole
it?
laptop space.
Hold on, he just asked me a question. Go ahead.
I said as someone who owns a Steam Deck, do you think it's worth it to buy it?
Yes.
Because I was thinking
If-
about getting one too.
So there's a whole thing.
Wait, sorry, I missed that. Was it getting a PlayStation handheld? Or
No,
something?
Steam Deck. Steam Deck.
Oh, okay.
We have a potential buyer here.
Yeah, potential.
My brother Alex, I don't know if you guys heard, but he's trying to sell his Switch to get a Steam Deck.
I think
But so
Wait, what?
Ain't no, bro. Ain't nobody gonna buy that, bro.
we're going. No, he's not. He's just using this as part of it. He's not.
Nah, now we gotta address it, bro. He's the OG 2017, bro. Nobody's buying that.
All right, so if you have a fully functioning gaming PC, I would say you don't really need it because you have a laptop. Do you not?
I do.
I don't think it's
currently over there having problems.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it. But if it's gonna die out, then yes, get a Steam Deck.
So as far as like my laptop goes, I was talking to Nick about it like 2 days ago when I was over. When I got it, my laptop is actually referred to as one of the better ones. Even for its price, it's only like priced like $1,800 last time I looked at it. But
That's still way more than what I did.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, it will also be often compared to like the more like much more expensive laptops.
What graphics card did it have?
I think it has like a 2060 in it.
That was pretty.
You paid $1,800?
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I paid $1,200 for it at 2060.
Bro, that's insane, bro. I paid
the thing,
and I had 120 hertz.
3070. Yeah.
Mine's 144.
Yeah, for that 144 hertz, I'd rather stay with the 120.
So, but mine though, like like the type of power that I was getting from that laptop, I was able to play any game that I wanted with zero issue, no like anything like that. I was getting good frames and everything, and then like I want to say like a couple months ago, I don't know when specifically it happened, but it was more recent. I can give you an example. I was playing Need for Speed Heat. And there's times where, like, while I'm driving around, I usually like
that's where you fucked up. Number one.
Yeah. All right, let him finish because we're going way off topic here.
Shut your hole. So usually when I'm playing, I would get you roughly I'm usually steady between like 50 to like 70 frames, like consistently.
On an $1,800 laptop.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Wait, AJ, when did you buy it?
A while ago.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I bought it in the middle of 2020.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's not that long ago, though.
Yeah, but for an $1,800 laptop, only getting 50 to 60 frames on a racing game, that's not good.
I mean, you gotta remember, it's like, as far as like graphics goes, it's not terrible. It's actually pretty good. Like, the graphics for that game is actually really good.
But this brings us back to the point that, the hardware gets old after a while, like 4 to 5 years.
Yeah. So also, I'll have these random moments while I'm playing where my frames will drop into like the teens. It's so weird.
All right. So if you're going to replace, if your laptop's dying out and you want to replace it, get a Steam Deck. It is worth it for that. But just to let you know, the Steam Deck doesn't play all games. So if you're trying to play Need for Speed is verified because I was thinking about getting it, but I don't think I am.
I mean, it's pretty fun, to pass time. That's what I play for.
Certain first-person shooters, like online stuff, there's a handful of games that you cannot play because the anti-cheat thing, they still haven't figured that out yet.
Gotcha.
But the Steam Deck does have a vast library of games that you can play, and I'm happy so far. I had it for half a year now, maybe.
Yeah.
So I love that thing. I play it nonstop. I play more than the PlayStation and the Nintendo combined.
Yeah, because I kept thinking about playing, and I had a couple of friends that actually own one, and I got to like hold it and see get a feel of like how the buttons feel, to see how it's great overall. And I actually like it, so I was really thinking about getting it just to find it.
Yes, I can. So get the lower model, and then you get a 256 or a 512 SSD on Amazon or something, and I will replace it for you because I know how to do that. Yeah. That's what I did with mine. I changed the SSD from a 64 to a 256.
Can we talk about the fact like how much Alex is going to get for that Switch?
Yeah.
He's trying to get $200 off.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You're not going
to after all the OLEDs that are out now. Yeah, no.
Yeah. You know how greasy that joint is?
Yeah. Put that shit up on a fucking museum.
All right, we kind of drifted too far off. Let's get back into it. Yeah. So, other than the prices, you think it's a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, it's going to get them sales regardless. It will.
Yeah,
I
mean, personally for you.
I mean, it might pertain more to Aaron once he gets a PS5. So,
if he decides to keep it, from what I mean,
I don't. Listen, I don't play online games that much. So
it's not just playing online; it's also you getting a large category.
Well,
of stuff.
I like to own my game.
Remember that? So theoretically, the question really applies to just me, Danny, and Nick. So, because Don, like you're not paying for PlayStation Plus. And a lot of this stuff is like upscale and supported for PS5 anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with it. Not because I just have money to spend or because I don't care, but because, like I said, like some of the things that benefit it, like the game trials, the exclusive content, like those things, like for example, like I play Overwatch, Apex, Fortnite. I play a lot of these multiplayer games heavy, and every month they give you exclusive content, whether that be V-Bucks, specific skins, specific story quests. All that stuff is valuable to me. So I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, that stuff is valuable.
Actually,
that stuff is valuable to me for $13 a month.
I would say for me, I don't think it's reasonable. I think they should have just kept it at the same, especially in this economy that we're in right now, where
everybody's
the gas is going up and everything's going up. Netflix is even going up in price. Like we said, Disney. So
we're about to go back to cable if the streaming services keep going up.
I mean, but when you think about it though, like it's really just a $3 difference a month.
I know.
Yeah. It's a $3 difference a month. Like I mean, I get it. Like we want to
Hulu.
Like a couple dollars. just so people understand, because a lot of people might think, oh well, 120 to 160, like. When you break it down, it's just $3 a month. That's why they did it that way, because they knew, oh well, if you do the math and you understand that it's just an extra $3 a month outside of what you pay currently.
Yeah,
nobody will actually really complain about that.
No, because they're not. They did it, but why didn't they announce it? Announce it regularly then?
Listen, I understand. I'm not arguing that point, but like, bro, I don't know if y'all subscribe to HBO Max or Max, whatever it's called now.
I got all
the
subscriptions.
I haven't used the shit in like a year. I just recently got it the other day. Why is it $20 a year? $20 a month. Out of 3 of the plans, one of them only includes the 4K, which obviously would be the highest one. If people don't complain about that, and people don't complain about Netflix and all these other things raising the price,
they complain.
They complain.
They definitely do.
The thing is, they're betting on you forgetting that you even, like you just did, forgetting that you even got the damn subscription service.
Like my dumb ass, I want to watch a certain show. It's going to be on that certain platform, and I got to pay that much.
And to be frank, too, like if you look at the stats for Netflix, for instance, like their users went down after they hired the price of it. Like a lot of people dropped it because of that. So it's like it does matter.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. We're gonna move on to Tears of the Kingdom DLC is not happening. Not happening.
I really thought they were just gonna make a DLC.
No, so it's not happening. From what I heard was they're gonna do a whole new Legend of Zelda type thing.
Yep.
Why? Tell me why again.
Why?
Not a sequel. Not a sequel.
Is it like a reboot?
Not a reboot. It's just.
So he's gonna have a gun now.
It's never a reboot. It's always like a different story.
So is it like with something similar to when they kind of like did a rethink, like a reboot type of thing for Devil May Cry, where it looked like a whole different character and all that?
So if you look at the timeline of Legend of Zelda, each game is different until you get to Breath of the Kingdom. So
Breath of the Kingdom.
Sorry, Breath of the Wild. Sorry. I just said Tears of the Kingdom earlier. So so until you got Breath of the Wild, and then that's when they did a sequel to that to go on from that. But before that, it was always Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, and it's always a new like story.
It was never
Zelda.
a direct sequel.
Yeah, it was never a direct
for, like,
sequel.
Majora's Mask and like Phantom Hourglass.
Yes,
and shit like that.
yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
So that's
that game long as hell, bro.
I still didn't finish.
What? Tears of the Kingdom?
I didn't finish it.
Nah, I haven't been playing it.
Bro, that'll take years to complete, bro. Who cares about DLC?
I finished the game. What the hell is wrong with y'all?
Well, Breath of the Wild, it took me about a year to finish because I was like in and out of it.
Yeah.
And then
it's too fucking long.
It's really long, dude. And then, well, we don't have time like Aaron, where he could go to the gym and then go play fucking Tears of the Kingdom.
Right. On his way to the gym, he's doing their shrine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
So,
let me get this game.
Are you guys okay with no DLC and just waiting for the next Zelda game?
Well, I didn't like,
by the time the next Zelda game come out, I still wouldn't have beaten this one.
I was about to say, add it to the list. I still didn't beat the first one.
Yeah, I think they're doing the new Zelda for the new system.
Yeah, but it's still too soon. Tears of the Kingdom just dropped though. Don't you think?
I know, right? It came out like 2 months.
It hasn't even been a year yet.
It died out though. I haven't heard any more about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom anymore.
Because it'll probably be at the Game Awards.
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't see anybody really playing it on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that.
No,
It's kind of dying out. Everybody's doing their own little thing with it. It's
that's true.
I don't know.
It's like a lot of games this year. Like it just lasts for like the week, a talk of the week, and then the next game.
Exactly.
Yeah, actually.
The next game that they're talking about is fucking Starfield. Because that's what I've been hearing.
Starfield is going to be around for a while.
And
that's going to be around for a while.
Starfield is not good on Switch right now, so that's not Switch. On Steam Deck, so that's why I didn't get it.
Okay,
yet.
take your time.
Oh, is it struggling?
Man, it's starting to kick in.
Yeah, it's not good. I looked it up. I looked at some videos, and people are struggling. There's mods on Nexus mods that people are trying to fix it, which they kind of do, but then they're losing like certain shaders and shit from doing that upgrade, and it's just not good. Right
it's
now.
The hardware they're probably not able to handle the game.
Well, it's not well optimized just yet. I think they're working on it though, because I think Microsoft wants it, or Xbox wants it on Steam Deck too, so people can play it.
Right.
Because I heard a lot of good things. I heard it's a great game, but for those who don't have an Xbox like myself, I can't play it right now. But I mean, there's not much to really talk about Tears of the Kingdom because obviously no DLC, and Nintendo's moving on, and it's very obvious that they're moving on to working on things for the newer system, which makes sense.
I just want the whole Breath of the Wild aesthetic, everything fucking gone.
Well, you got the gods are hearing you because
the gods, I don't know.
They're done. They're done. Yeah, they're done with that. That's little series thing that they.
I mean, if they're going to be starting a whole new Zelda, like Legend of Zelda, it's like, what do you feel like it's what's going to be a significant change?
I kind of want it to be like a more modernized. What was the last one that just came? I mean, the one before Breath of the Wild that came out.
A Skyward Sword.
No.
Link Between Worlds.
Well, that aesthetic, like how it's over the top, like how they did with the remake to Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
I want something like that over the top again. Like I want it back to classic, kind of, but like more modernized. Like I'm kind of over the open world Zelda. There's too much to do.
Go back to basics.
I want them to go back to like the little, side ones again. You know what I mean?
I want Twilight Princess back.
No. I mean like the old ones, like Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, our Phantom Hourglass and stuff like that. I want ones like that, like over and over again. Like make new ones like that.
You want. I was born in the early '80s, late '80s type of.
I'm not talking about going back that far.
No, I'm fucking with you.
So it's basically just like more or less the play style of it is what you're talking about.
Like look at Phantom Hourglass. If you look at Phantom Hourglass, that one was pretty dope. Because they used the touchscreen, they did all that stuff. You don't use a fucking touchscreen on Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay, look, Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword.
Twilight Princess is good. Twilight Princess is amazing. That is one of the best ones.
Yeah, that was on
pretty good.
That was on the Wii, right?
That was on the Wii, GameCube, and Wii.
Yeah, that one was good.
It's the most mature looking one out of them all, honestly.
Oh, look at that! Look, you got the first person in there too. When you're shooting the bow.
Yeah, it was kind of always like that. Because Majora's Mask was like that.
Yeah. I'm new.
Ocarina of Time was like that.
I was about to say, I'm new to Zelda, so.
They had DLC for Breath of the Wild. That's why I brought it up. So, like, I mean, why not have DLC for this one?
Yeah, it wasn't even much DLC either, on top of that.
You think so? Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Really?
Yeah, I finished all that. When I had downloaded DLCs, I kind of finished the side quest for that. Then I did the story.
Oh, okay. Damn, all right. So maybe it wasn't that much.
Yeah. And then they give you like a few weapons, and then the lion things? What do you call those things? Lionels. There was like new Lionels that you get to fight and stuff like that. It wasn't much like new side quests.
And they're just announcing all this, right? Like obviously it's still and it's still early.
It's very early, but I hope they go back to like that traditional Zelda. Like even if we get like something like Wind Waker was pretty dope. I like Wind Waker. I just didn't like the boat thing. Fucking hate boats.
Yeah, you ready for 70? I think the games are going to be up to 70 probably on this next gen though Switch.
Oh yeah.
Did any new games come out for Switch that was 70 other than Zelda?
No, surprisingly, no.
That's what I'm saying. It's like 60, right? Still for
so Mario Wonder is gonna be 60.
Who knows? Don't quote me. I don't know if it's really going to be.
Well, not
I
for
don't know.
Well, not for Aaron. Aaron has.
They don't.
Yeah,
They don't.
I'm gonna get that for free.
You can't pre-order a Mario Wonder yet.
No idea.
No, I think you can.
Well, how much is it?
Nah, you can't.
They got to give you a price.
$60.
It is 60. All right. So they then why the fuck did they do that for Zelda?
Because
they knew people like you. Unfortunately,
Okay, well, if it's people like me, they know people like me were gonna go buy Mario Wonder. Why didn't they do Mario Wonder 2?
I don't know, but they just knew they could make bang with because it's easier to justify 70 with a 3D open world game than it is a 2D Mario game.
I would have bought it either way.
Of course,
we know you're Nintendo. I would have bought it.
I would have bought it. Yo, bro, I'm hyped for that game.
I know. I want to play Mario Wonder.
Shit.
Sonic Superstars got that.
All right, so we're gonna.
No, and why I want that too, but that's not gonna be better than Mario.
All right, so there's not much to talk about that one. We're gonna move on to Switch 2. Was apparently this is not the name. We're just using it. No, Switch 2 was apparently demoed at Gamescom. Gamescom's like in Germany, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Germany.
I think so.
And apparently, from what people said,
it was like backstage type stuff.
Yeah, backstage, and apparently it was like had like a DLSS upskilled stuff technology in there.
Yeah, I was hearing about ray tracing and all that shit.
But all right, let's get one thing out there. One thing out here. That's not happening. Nintendo, they cheap as shit. All right. So
Aaron, if you don't know, they might prove you wrong.
All that stuff was demo there.
That's what is rumored. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rumored that was demoed. So they had like specs on.
So if they physically said that, then how are we saying they're not going to do that?
It's rumor
because it's still a rumor. It's still a rumor.
They're not going to have that shit. Come on now, Nintendo 4K. DLS.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Wait a minute. I'm confused. Is it a rumor, as in like someone just said he say, she say, or like as in someone was physically there? And they seen like someone was physically there to understand like
someone claims
people are demoing this Nintendo Switch 2.
It was backstage. Someone who was backstage claims that that's what's happening.
Yeah,
that was there.
Over the internet.
Now again, this could be somebody.
I mean,
this could be somebody that was like, colorblind or something and think that what ray tracing looks like. They think that's what it looks like, but
we know that a Switch 2 is coming. So I think I listen. I hope to God that all that's true.
So real quick,
ray tracing.
What does that mean?
I really don't. Ray tracing?
Yeah,
it's the lighting. Is how the lighting comes in on and the shadows and all this. It's like more hyper realistic on the game visually.
Okay.
Like it makes it look nice and clean. Like the PlayStation 5 has ray tracing on certain games.
It'll look a little nicer than the OLED, but I don't think it's going to be a significant.
Do you have
difference.
Doom on your PC?
No, but I've played it.
Okay. Well, if you ever are able to get Doom on your PC, it allows you to play ray tracing at 60.
Yeah, you got to go to your settings and
and it's clean.
I have Doom Eternal,
but for people like me personally, I don't give a fuck about ray tracing.
It's frames.
I want make a new Switch with 120 frames on the fucking screen.
Yeah, nah.
1080. Give me 1080, 120, and I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah, you'll be lucky.
I'm happy.
You'll be lucky to get 60.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care about ray tracing.
Even if they do give us a model with ray tracing and improved frame rates, they're not going to give us the OLED too. They're going to make
absolutely not. They're not giving us another OLED.
They're going to make a standard
and then upgrade it.
A few years later, they're going to remake it.
Yeah. That's the tradition.
Well, from the sound of it, if they give us ray tracing, then we're not getting frames. That's what it sounds like. Honestly,
that's terrible, actually.
Because with Nintendo, we never get both.
Well, what they said, the dude said that somebody was demo testing Zelda.
Yeah,
I don't know which one it was.
I think I heard it was Breath of the Wild. I think I heard that it was Breath of the Wild, and people were wondering why the fuck would they demo Breath of the Wild out of all games.
Bro, they're the same game.
No, but they should have demoed Tears of the Kingdom.
But it shouldn't be hard to emulate that. They're literally the same game. Nothing was done.
It was a little bit more clean. It was a little bit more cleaned up on Tears. It It was more cleaned up.
I'm also seeing in this article it says it's using NVIDIA's AI upscaling tech.
Yeah. So what that is basically like it allows lower spec systems to be able to like artificially upscale the game and increase the frame rate.
So
it's like what a lot of games use it nowadays.
So doesn't that from you telling us that, doesn't that mean that they might keep or have backwards compatibility?
I'm gonna say, huh?
Yeah.
No. Actually, you're probably right. I don't see them. It'd be wild as shit if they don't have backwards compatibility. That's wild.
Because if they have,
well, what are we saying backwards? Are we talking about like Switch games or older?
Probably older. Maybe some.
Oh no,
I don't think the Nintendo expansion is going anywhere. So
no,
that's still. I think that's still going to be. That's staying. That ain't going nowhere. So in terms of backwards compatibility, from based off that ain't going nowhere. Because the Nintendo needs some type of subscription service.
Yeah. So I don't know. NVIDIA.
My bad. That AI upscaling tech that was also used in the recent Matrix game that they showcased last year.
Yeah, I seen that.
Right, and also they used a lot of people that helped out with the fixing of Cyberpunk 2077. They also use that on there too.
I highly doubt you're gonna see shit like that on a new Switch.
Well, they said apparently another rumor was that they demoed the Matrix demo as well on the latest Switch too. And apparently that was another thing.
Yeah, but that could just be a video.
That could.
Well, so like Danny, I got a question, right? So if this is true, right? Let's say we get the 60 FPS, right? Everything's locked. Select games come with ray tracing. The screen is upscaled 1080p. Let's say all of this is true. Then what's the fate of the Steam Deck?
What's the fate of the Steam Deck?
I feel like the Steam Deck is going to...
At this point, really quickly, you still got a lot of games that are going to be upgraded, upscaled, and verified for this new Switch. So now you're arguing, The Witcher 3 on Nintendo Switch 2, Red Dead Redemption on Nintendo Switch 2. These are kind of game changers that will make you not buy a Steam Deck.
You also have to remember it's Nintendo. Nintendo's very picky with who they want on their system.
Yeah, they are.
So not only that,
but a lot of games on the Steam Deck are on Switch.
Not all of them though. There's
a majority of
the games that are games that are on Switch that are also on Steam Deck are mostly games that are all across the board. For all systems.
Yes.
Steam has a way higher library than Nintendo would.
They do.
Yeah, but a lot of those games, a lot of people, they're not really, unless it's like specific first-person shooters and shit like CS:GO and stuff. Yeah. Nobody's really like. I mean, I don't shop on Steam for shit like.
I'm on Steam every day.
If I'm going on Steam, I'm going to get a game heavily discounted or like. Is specifically came to PC, but I'm not buying Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, well, I would buy it on Steam than I would on fucking Switch. Steam,
well, but that's the thing though. That rechanges everything because now if you're able to run Red Dead Redemption 2 on a Switch 2 Pro,
no,
why would I spend? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but it's.
I mean, I know we're not believing Nintendo because we just think Nintendo is going to to be limited with the selection of games, which I agree with.
Not only that, they're going to be limited with everything. So all this stuff that we're hearing could be just what we're hearing. It might not ever happen, or Nintendo is going to make a decision where they don't want a certain thing because they want to cut costs or something. Something's going to happen with Nintendo that it's never going to meet up to generation consoles today.
Right. Yeah,
that's a fact.
Well, that's another interesting thing. What's the cutoff limit that we're willing to spend on it? I say 500.
You're crazy.
Not for that.
I say
we're talking for a snitch.
I say 4.
I think Switch 2.
I think 4 would probably be reasonable.
The reason why I think
450 would be the max for me.
Yeah. Based off of the previous prices for the Switch, I don't see it going past 400 in my own opinion.
Because it's already almost $400 just for a regular Switch with the OLED.
Yeah.
And they're reducing, and we're not going to see an OLED on this fucking new Switch, so that's going to reduce the price.
Yeah, but if we're getting improved everything to where. And again, they said in the speculations that graphically it was on. I don't know how true it is, but they were saying we were pushing beyond the PS4 and the Xbox One. What they
what?
reported, they
On the
said
Switch?
PS5 and Xbox, level graphics.
On the regular Switch.
And no, on the Switch.
On the new,
yeah.
That's what they're saying that they're going to push.
If these are speculations that are true, you're saying, all right, we're getting resolutions that are arguably as good or not better than what the Steam Deck can offer.
Well,
so that's why I said, like, for me, and you know they're going to bundle it. They're easily going to bundle it with the new Mario game.
Right.
Limited Joy-Con. So again, 500 is a very steep price point.
Eliminate the
I'm
Joy-Cons,
not saying
though,
that
man.
it's acceptable, but I can definitely
price is
see it
improving
being
overall.
anywhere, like Angel said, anywhere between 450 to 500.
Yeah, but so the Switch, the new Switch, I'm not even saying that it's never going to sell or not going to sell, but it absolutely will sell. No problem. They will never have an issue there.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing is, you're comparing it to the Steam Deck.
Remember how long the OLED was gone?
Yeah, but the Steam Deck is basically a computer in your hands. You have more freedom.
It's a companion device.
You have more freedom. You can alter your settings. You can add modifications. You can do anything on the Steam Deck. You will never be able to do anything like that on a Switch. So whether the Switch has better games or a better system, the Steam Deck will always have that.
But the market, though, like
the Switch is still selling more than the Steam Deck today.
I agree with you.
So I don't think it's not gonna kill the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I don't think.
But people buy the Steam Deck for the gaming experience. I understand what you're saying, like in regards to just having more accessibility, customization, and just overall a better operating system. But when you are potentially considering a system just for pure gaming, we already know, we can't argue this. The Nintendo Switch has a way better battery life than the Steam Deck.
Yeah, it does. So like, that means if we're going to
on the highest level of games,
exactly,
you don't hear a fan fan blowing crazy compared to how the Steam Deck
that throws off your statement right there, because the more power we get, the less battery life we're going to have. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So
but that's not true though.
And I think,
as you just said, but that's not true, because if we're limiting games, a game like Zelda Breath of the Wild is not going to drain your system compared to something like Doom on the Steam Deck.
Exactly. So what's the difference of playing stuff that people... I don't see people letting go of the Steam Deck to get a Switch. I see people keeping the Steam Deck and getting a Switch.
I'm not saying I'm saying like when it comes to like potentially buying at this point, because they're all about like being on the go, right? Handheld. That's the ultimate experience with the two. So like, as for example, AJ, you don't have a Switch, right?
Nope.
So from AJ's perspective, he has neither a Steam Deck or a Switch. Depending on what his needs are, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying like one is I'm not saying the Switch is better than the Steam Deck. I'm just saying like it'd be curious to see how this affects the market for the Steam Deck.
Well, the Steam Deck can,
because at this point, like if we're getting
the Steam Deck can emulate Switch games.
Don't say that out loud.
Just saying.
Plus, the Switch needs the
and emulate.
Tread lightly.
I was about to say this. The Switch needs to go to their priorities first, because they still are harping on fixing the Joy-Con drifting too. Like that was a big thing that we talked about as well.
Okay,
so like, they need to.
So as someone who doesn't own a Switch, can somebody explain what that is for me?
I've never experienced that, bro. I've never experienced that before, and I've had all three of them.
I've experienced it on two Joy-Cons, and I switched it. I replaced the thing myself. I haven't had any issues ever since I replaced it.
3 for me. It's fucking insane.
I don't like
buying a bunch of Joy-Cons.
Wait, Angel, what was?
Yeah, Angel, what were you gonna say?
So
I think you said
again, as far as like, I don't have a Switch. I've played it with you guys, because you guys, when you guys bring it around and we play like Mario and all that crap. But I've never owned one. So explain to me what drifting is.
Drifting is when your stick, so your controller, let's say you're moving the character one way, and then you let go of the stick and it stays back to the middle, and the character keeps moving. That's drift.
Oh, okay.
It's when the Switch says, when you want to go left, no, we going right.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah. So basically, your whatever stick you're using to move the character or moving the camera, depending on what thing it is.
So it's the analog stick that's messed up.
Yes. So it's the stick itself, whatever, because it's not with magnets. It's all like a motor, like a
little rubber.
It's like a little rotator thing. It's like a gear. It's really tiny gear that's in there. Gets fucked up.
Okay, because I was under the impression that for some reason it was like different from like the controllers when it would happen to us like back with the old controllers when we were like really rough with the controllers. You know what I'm
talking about? Like a PS2 controller?
You mean like if it gets all loose
one of the older controllers from like back in the day, like he said the PlayStation 2 or like the old Xbox 360 or something like that, or like one of those cheap controllers that you get from GameStop.
No, it's arguably worse.
Yeah, it's worse.
I was about to say because like even with those. Go ahead.
Sorry. Basically, what happens is, let's say this is your stick, right? Okay. This is the top of your stick, and if you go to calibrate it, it tells you that your stick is in the center, right? Mm-hmm. So then, when you move the stick, it should go back exactly to the center once whatever direction you're moving it. What happens with drift is you move it to that direction, and the stick goes back, but the computer says, "No, we're staying here." Yeah. So then your thing is like basically like this on the calibration thing.
Okay, I got you.
So it's all fucked up. Yeah. And drift is mostly known on Nintendo Joy-Cons.
Yikes.
I got a question because I don't know how true it is, but since we all have OLEDs, I've never experienced it before. I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I just haven't put in enough hours on the Switch. Have there been report, because I know the OLED Joy-Cons are slightly different from the standard ones.
Are they?
Yeah. Apparently they're slightly different. Apparently.
I didn't hear about
that.
that.
Just very, very slightly. It's just the design of them are just a little different. The buttons and everything are different. But like with that, has there been less reports of Joy-Cons with the OLED, or like is it still an issue?
I haven't had that issue
because I don't know.
Honestly, I could.
They have a court hearing over that. Like they went to court over it because there were so many complaints about it. I believe like with Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're currently still in court about it.
Yeah, they went to court for it. But me personally, I haven't heard anything like as far as like specifically the OLED. I just heard about Joy-Cons. So that can be any Joy-Con. Yeah. That's but even then I haven't really heard too much about drift
they're
lately.
Expensive, bro.
They are.
Yeah, they are. They're expensive. They are not cheap at all.
But I kind of
$40 for Joy is crazy.
I kind of hope that they don't change that though. Like as far as like changing the removable Joy-Cons, because if you think about it, if a Joy-Con gets fucked up and it's attached to the system, you got to open up the whole
like
system.
the Switch Lite. You can
you got to because I had fixed my son's Switch Lite and it was a fucking mess. I was all over the place trying to figure out how to get it out. I got it out eventually, but it's better to have it disconnected because then if something really goes bad with either Joy-Con, you just replace that.
Right.
Instead of opening up the entire system and, if you're not tech savvy, you fuck up something.
There's that. And I feel like when I first found out that they were coming out with the Switch Lite, I feel like they threw out what made the Switch originally great as far as like having it, it being able to have its own deck to connect to a TV and you can take the controllers off so you can play, more than one person, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like they ruined that whole experience when they brought out with the light, and it's just that.
Yeah, they didn't really ruin it because it worked out because there is people who have a Switch that don't use the dock at all and just solely use it for the screen itself.
And we're going to let them people be great. But we're talking about for the majority of everyone else.
Was a no-brainer. It was.
But yeah, I don't necessarily mean like it actually ruined it. I just mean like it kind of like threw, in a sense, what
it threw you off.
100%. Yeah, but like I just feel like it was weird that like
a lot of the customization out of it.
Yeah, and like one of the big things that kind of like drew a lot of people to it was the fact that like I said, you could take the Joy-Cons off. It had the deck and everything, and that's what kind of like drew in a lot of people. And then when you come at with the next system, it's that whole feature is just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it was like a weird curveball that they threw at you.
I think what they should have did, like to help it, is like one, they should have came a way better color. Like the color they had.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
The red Joy-Con and the blue, like those colors, they should have came out with. And then even though you can customize it now, it's hard to. But a lot of the stuff on the light should have just been fully removable. So like you should be able to at least customize the analogs.
Yeah, but it's Nintendo. They don't want to customize anything. They're like, we're giving you a system. Do not open it. There you go.
Do you feel like they might change like
literally the colors? Like I was like I feel like I was forced to get the gray one because it was only when it came out it was only pink, gray, It was like
It's
a light blue and it was yellow.
turquoise and
All
yellow.
the colors
Yellow
were
is like the
ass.
worst one.
Yeah, it was. Yellow was the worst one. Got
Who
Like, they
thought that was a
were
good
all
idea?
dog shit.
And then somebody at Nintendo.
Do you feel like they might
Person
make
needs to get
the
fired.
actual
Listen, they
sticks
bro
a
during
little
COVID,
rougher
bro,
probably in the
them
next
things
one?
were gone.
There was rumors that they were going to use I forgot what they call it. It's like hollow something Joy-Con sticks. It's like magnetic. It's magnets rubbing against each other. And some people say no, that costs too much money. Nintendo's not going to do that. So they might keep the same thing. They might keep the same sticks. Who knows?
They need to upgrade those.
They're not going to abandon the Switch concept in June. We do know that.
Yeah.
I just feel like before they need to even come out with a new system, I feel like they need to address the big problem with
They don't care about the fans because they
no, obviously they don't. I feel like
they just care about getting the money, and they know that we're going to give them our money.
That's been evident the entire time.
Yeah,
but it still sucks. Though. Like instead of jumping to the next system, you should fix the problems that are already there that started out with the first system that you never addressed. So,
exactly.
Not with Nintendo.
So no, exactly. But I feel like when you put that into consideration, and then seeing how you're 3 systems in already, and you're already there, rumors going around about another one, and we're still having the same issues with the Joy-Cons. I feel like this says a lot about the company.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ramir.
To be fair, though, I will say, like, as a consumer, we do have to have some sense of accountability too, because, like, we all know, especially with Switch games, a lot of those games become very intensive and intense, and we do go very well with the controllers. Nintendo, when making this product, isn't. And then listen, we're not gonna worry about how intensive. Like, for example, like when you go to fighting game tournaments, they're not using controllers; they're using the fighting pads because it's properly made for that type of setting.
Aggressive, yeah.
When you're playing, like, bro, remember how we used to demolish the PS3 controllers? I'm talking analog.
I'm pretty sure there's one stuck in the wall at my old house.
Yeah, there's battle stories, the war stories that come around.
Intensive to a controller, so it's like depending on how aggressive you play your games, it's like, yeah, like maybe tune it down a little bit on how severe you're using the analog. My thing is that I always encourage people to get the Split Pad Pro. It's in terms of the Joy-Con, it's way less sensitive. It's easier to move around. It's a much better thing to use if you want to at least try to avoid the Joy-Con.
The answer to Nintendo's
and it's like $40.
The answer to the problem of the whole Joy-Con thing and ruining the Joy-Con being so aggressive was the Pro controller.
First of all, ain't nobody playing Mario Kart aggressively. No one's doing that.
Real quick, I
got pretty aggressive with Mario Kart.
I think as far as like the whole Mario Kart thing goes,
come on, bro.
I actually have a friend that plays Mario Kart, and there's a meta to it. I played it just to enjoy it.
No offense to your friend.
No, there's a certain way.
No, because like there's like a certain build. Technically, there's like a certain build that you need, like the right character, the right car.
Yeah, there's. He's not. He's right.
But then what also goes into it, obviously, is hitting your corners right. But like, dude, like I'll be racing, and I'm not a bad Mario Kart, but like I'll be playing, and I'm like more or less in the front of a certain crowd, and he's like all the way like around the map already by himself, and I'm like, what the? We all started together. How did you get that far?
It's all about timing. It's when you do the boost.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. He's just him when it comes to Mario Kart.
Tell you one game that's very aggressive is
bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, like
Metroid Dread.
Yeah, you were go ahead.
No, Metroid Dread was very.
Metroid Dread.
Yeah, I was about to say I almost destroyed my fucking analog stick.
Like sometimes we just get very aggressive with the game. I mean, it is what it is. Like I have to remember that. I can't just it's starting to drift off.
Actually, I
was damn near grabbing the analog by its neck.
I demolished my control.
It's pretty aggressive.
Oh my god!
I demolished my controller when I played Elden Ring, and that shit. My PlayStation.
Playing that.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Do you guys remember the?
Wait, PS4 could play Elden Ring? Is powerful enough to play Elden Ring?
No, I was saying.
It was on PS4.
Yeah, I was playing PS4, but my controller still survived that. I don't get no excuses to it. if my controller could survive that, the Switch can survive just playing Mario Kart. You know, I don't see that.
They on some bullshit. That's what they on. Nintendo, they want you to buy like
bro,
65 Joy-Cons.
Bro, the analog is little as hell on the Switch, bro. Like,
oh, I know.
Listen, my thumb fat as shit, bro.
You do got some chunky boys.
My thumb fat as shit. It's gonna cover the whole fucking joystick. He said, "Grab the joystick by the neck."
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like if anything, though, Nintendo should have a warranty policy. Like, if your shit does have Joy-Con joystick, you should be able to send it.
They do.
They do.
I don't know if they do that.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
They knew it was a problem. That's why.
It's up to you if you want to pay them for it. Because I damn sure won't. I'll just get. I'll get a new joystick for like $5 on Amazon and replace it myself.
They offered it for free. They offered it for free.
Did they? Yeah, but the time for you shipping, you got to ship it to you got to wait like 3 weeks. They got to send it back, and then you got to hope that the fucking thing's not broken in the package. You next thing you know, you got a fucking broken screen, and then what? You got to send it back, wait another 2 weeks. Nah, just send me a new stick in Amazon, and I'll fucking replace it myself in like 10 minutes. Done.
That's ridiculous.
Can't do it. All right, so let's. Does anybody have anything else to say? Any last?
You had something to say, Don, or something like that?
Yeah, I felt like you had something to say.
Oh yeah, I had one more to add. Don, you can go ahead though.
Oh, I don't know if anybody heard. I was just comparing the PlayStation 4 controller to the Joy-Con. How I was demolishing the controller, but I was so gentle with the Joy-Con, and it's like
there's no comparison.
It's unacceptable. That's all I was saying.
Absolutely,
it's unacceptable.
Yeah, I think as far as like the Joy-Cons goes, like because it just popped in my head a few minutes ago. There was another game that would like be crazy on the actual like analog sticks, and it was like the old Dragon Ball Z games where you got the beam clashes and you had to like circle.
Oh yeah, you're breaking a fucking joystick.
Yeah, that was aggressive.
Yeah.
You kind of do that now on Mario Party.
Yeah.
You got
really
do.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do.
You do.
All right, Ramir, what were you gonna say?
Do you think at any point they're truly going to utilize, or they're just going to give us the old fucking Mario games? Because there's speculation. They're talking about there's supposed to be a Call of Duty on. It's supposed to be able to run Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Metroid will.
I think they're probably honestly waiting for Metroid. I mean, the new system for Metroid Prime 4. That's kind of obvious, but
that's very obvious.
That's probably why
they're going to do a Genshin Impact where they announce the shit.
I hope so. I've been waiting for Genshin Impact on Switch for a long time. But also, like for them moving forward, they're already switching over Mario. Like they switched the voice. The voices are all different now.
Yeah,
and,
true.
And
true,
the Mario, this new Mario game is very different from the originals. Like other than it being like a side scroller platformer type game. Like the graphics is different, the animations are different, the voices are different, the story is going to probably be different. So I think they're starting to move forward with newer games that is going to be kind of different from the old past games.
Well, that's
it's going to be a top shooter.
Yeah, Mario the side shooter.
I better not see another Mario after the next one comes out for the next Nintendo.
You know damn well.
Nintendo is gonna obviously keep their mascots. They're gonna keep their characters. They're just gonna,
without a doubt.
They're just gonna, just like how they said that Tears of the Kingdom no DLC because we're working on something different for Zelda. Probably for the new system. Probably a whole new thing. What they're doing so all their mascots are probably gonna be in different settings now. To move forward, they're closing the path.
I feel like it's still not going to be a different, like a real big difference.
That's why I got the Steam Deck, and I can play whatever the fuck up.
And I'm gonna be right behind you,
bro. Shouldn't Nintendo just buy Sega at this point?
You know, I mean, what does Sega really have though?
Sonic, that's all.
That's it,
bro. Didn't they have Beautiful Joe? Was that Nintendo?
No, that's Capcom.
No, that's Capcom.
Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, we need a new Beautiful Joe.
We definitely do need a new Video Joe. I miss Video Joe. The last time I played it was on a 2DS. It was they
buy Capcom, bro. Xbox and PlayStation are fucked.
They might be.
Bro, imagine no Street Fighter. Bro, imagine Street Fighter only on Switch.
Unplayable, bro. Unplayable.
I wonder where Aaron has to say to that.
Everything would be dead, bro. Nobody.
It'd be like a Smash tournament.
Yeah, seriously. Not good. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. That last one was pretty good. We kind of went off topic there. So should gamers trust game reviews, especially from big gaming sites? What do you guys think?
I think as far as like my own personal opinion, I've never really like
Dante.
Yeah, I was about to say
Dante low key be hard on these people.
LGN? Fuck, you see LG? LGN?
IGN sucks, dude. IGN's not good. Go ahead.
I think when it comes to like their game reviews, I don't pay any attention to the game reviews at all. The only thing that I really pay attention to is mainly like the actual gameplay, how it plays.
Agreed.
And probably get an idea of what the game is about. But aside from that, like I don't trust reviews. I rather formulate my own while playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for me, honestly, I look at both, but I really look at the reviews just to see who's talking shit about what.
Yeah.
And then when I go see the video, I'll be like, this motherfucker was talking shit about nothing. That's why I read the game reviews, but I don't let it dictate how I would like the game myself.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I usually find game reviews useless because a lot of them are paid off anyway. A lot of the critics do it.
Exactly.
So it's like they're so biased.
Right. Like, for a fact, for example, we all know the Pokemon games on Switch are not that good. They're
not good. It's not that good. They're not good.
They're not good, right? But the thing is, though, most of those sites, a lot of them still gave it an above average score, like close to like 8s and 9s. I'm like, how?
Because
but
they got nothing better to do.
No, but that's a good point though, because like I think I feel like it's a psychological thing, right? Like we look at these, like especially Metacritic, that's the granddaddy of them all.
Yeah,
like, for you, I don't give a fuck what that shit
but that's my point though. Like we all kind of visualize Metacritic is that number one spot to where it's like Aaron, how you said, like community wise, everybody probably feels as though the Pokemon games kind of suck.
Yeah.
But as long as Nintendo see that, this game has a 9 on this site here, which is well renowned, that's why they don't give a fuck about what nobody complains about, because they don't care about the fans. They're looking at what these other resources and the other outlets are putting up there on the pedestal.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing with Starfield, right? Like Starfield is at like an 80 right now. But when the game came out, it was sitting at a 90. But mind you, all you see on social media is Phil Spencer and the Xbox team posting these outlets reviews. They don't post what fans care. It's about what they see to because in their mind they're like, listen, critics gave this game an 87. All right, so this means that the game was well received. So we're going to capitalize off that.
You got that fucked
They're not
up.
going to.
It's not.
Take what we say. Like,
yeah, it's not. This website has. They has that at 90. Is no. We paid that motherfucker to put that shit on 90. That's what's going on.
That motherfucker.
That's why it's at 90.
I mean, Nintendo ain't paying nobody, bro.
No. That's the thing. Nintendo's not paying nobody.
High ass scores.
Nintendo's not paying nobody. But I just think that when it comes for Nintendo, for example, when it comes to them, there's a certain a Zelda game is going to get above a certain score no matter what, because they're not like.
It's the name. It's the name.
Yeah, with an objective eye. They're not not reviewing them with an objective eye. Like, for example, I don't know how y'all feel about it. Y'all all played it, but in Tears of the Kingdom, the temples are shitty. They're garbage. They're not that good. This is me. They're not that good.
I'll be a dumb motherfucker on some of those things. Some of those dungeons. I'll be like, what am I doing?
Like puzzles.
No, like most reviewers didn't even talk about something like that. But after they gave it like the 9s and the 10s and calling it Game of the Year 2 months before it even released for some odd reason, after they did that and everything, a month later they're like, oh, well they're not that good. The dungeons aren't that good. What the fuck then? Why the fuck did you give it a fucking high ass review then? We didn't even mention that in the fucking review. So I feel like
I was day drinking that night.
Because some of them then they'd be like, they'll come up with a perfect, Nintendo Life did it one time. They gave Tears of the Kingdom a 10 out of 10. Then afterwards made a video talking about well, is it really that good? You son of a bitch. Do you not?
Why you gave us that result to begin with?
Yeah, and I get it. Some of they don't control each reviewer who's reviewing the content. I get that, but like I feel like a lot of these review sites need to be like on like a just gotta have a standard about them, man. Like there's no way in hell you're like giving like a 10 out of 10 to a game that literally got re-released and talk about saying, oh well, it runs at this frame rate. That should be enough. Like what? Like that's ridiculous.
IGN really got it fucked up because they put the lowest scores on the best games and then the highest scores on the worst fucking games.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I think they do that shit on purpose.
It's the same thing with like GameSpot too.
They probably did what Screw Attack did.
They're like, we're gonna be the website everybody fucking hates. Yeah, that's gonna be our name. That's how we're gonna be known.
And it's to the point that like now you got, like you just said, GameSpot. Now you got them on Twitter parading the fact. Yeah, they are. they got them on Twitter parading the fact that they gave Starfield a 7. Like, oh, we won. We want to give it a lower than the regular score, and they just parade it because like they know you're not very trustworthy. So they got to parade the fact that they actually looked at a game objectively and actually say, yeah, okay, here's the problems with it. Here's what's not good with it. Here's what's good with it. It doesn't deserve a perfect review, but it does deserve a better than average review. You know what I mean? So you got them parading that around. They're like, go ahead, Dom.
Yeah. No, I was about to say, to that point, it's like even if you look on Metacritic, like you see the critic score is like 85 for Starfield, but the user score is 64. Like,
well, hold up. On Starfield, for Starfield, and Starfield depends on this one. A lot of PlayStation dudes are making bot accounts and just down
Yeah, but to that logic, the same thing could be said about The Last of Us 2. Like it's well received everywhere, but the audience score slams the shit out of the game. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
you saw that. Right?
I think it's a beneficial
that was
thing.
bad.
Like I feel like we use these. So like if it's a favorite game of yours that's coming out, and you see that everybody is giving it amazing reviews, especially like for example Nintendo. That's why, bro. This is why nobody can't say shit about Zelda because it's well received everywhere. As much as like Aaron, you're the one man soldier in this one. Like you absolutely don't like the game. Well, but you know what I mean. Like amongst us at this moment, like
but like the creators themselves. Nah, I'm just saying the creators themselves acknowledge some shit they don't do right with the games. But the fans just brush it off like, oh, who the fuck cares? Like when you got the creators saying how they didn't fulfill on a certain promise, don't that tell you something? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just
a lot of glazing going on.
But that's why I say people utilize these places. Like, oh well, even though you said Zelda sucks, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. Metacritic, it's sitting on a 97. So it's like these are the things that people run with. So it's like it's not really going to affect anything. Me personally, what I've been doing now is I've been utilizing where I buy the games from. If it's a game that I'm kind of skeptical on, I'm going to see if it has a trial. Like, for example, I'm into like racing games and stuff like that. So there's that new, what is it called? The 2K, the Lego 2K racing game.
Lego 2K racing?
I didn't want to buy it. I was deciding on, because right now, PlayStation has a game trial. Xbox has a game trial. Steam has a game trial. And the Switch has a demo. So I liked the game enough, but I needed to play it somewhere else before I fully go on and pull the trigger. Now, looking at Metacritic and everywhere else, everybody's saying the game's okay, but then a lot of people are saying the game's shit. Right. I'm not basing it off of that, but depending on where I buy it from, if I don't like it, I want to make sure I buy it from somewhere where I can at least get my money back. So that'd be either Xbox, Steam, Nintendo and PlayStation and give you your money back.
No, they're not. No, it's really just Nintendo. I mean, it's really just Steam and Xbox.
That's why, like, if I like the game enough to where it's like, okay, I fuck with this game. What platform do I want to get it on? All right, if I like it enough, let me just buy it on PlayStation. At least, like, I didn't lose out on anything because I played it elsewhere.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that does.
I will also say too that instead of going based off of the scores, I usually like to go towards like if the game has a beta, like that'd be like the best judge for me personally.
That would be good.
Yeah, but that's hard though because a lot of single player games don't have that.
No, they do not. And I wish they do.
We don't even get demos anymore.
Nah, man,
That's crazy.
that's one thing I will say. That's one thing I will say about Square Enix. They release like really extensive demos for their games.
They do.
Like you'll play like an hour into that demo. You can transfer the data over. That's good. I feel like that's awesome.
That's because Square Enix needs it because they're fucking shaky, bro. Like,
I feel like the people nowadays that are making demos are like the more behind the scenes type of like
Square Enix.
I guess so, but it was like kind of like those I guess those private like people, it's like a very small group
like
that
indies.
are like like I feel like they're the only ones that are still doing
yeah, because you really only get demos from indies most of the time.
It's either indies or like somebody that's like again, it's like a smaller group, but they're making it more like a high definition game, something that's more powerful than something that's like open world, something weird like that.
Yeah, Nintendo and PlayStation, they're like, oh, if you I know you're gonna buy this AAA game, so we're not giving you a demo. You're gonna buy it, and then you're not getting your money back.
Exactly. Real shit, man.
So I got another question. So how does this apply to ports and remasters? So like, for example, like Red Dead Redemption is received really well on the Switch, but the PS4 model has a lot of slander. So how do we feel about
what's the slander
remasters
for
ports?
PS?
Because what's the slander? Yes,
what's the biggest thing is like graphically, it's not improved from the backwards compatible version. They say that the frame rate is still inconsistent. Basically they just weren't.
That's the thing.
Happy with the graphic, but the reason why I say that is because like ultimately, if it's a game you've already played and enjoyed, but you're just getting it on a different platform to experience it in a different way, is that going to affect your perspective of it? So if you know that the game was a 10 out of 10 when you played it on PS4, but now it comes to the Steam Deck or something. Are you still going to look for reviews specifically to that console?
You said isn't it already on Steam Deck for a cheaper price?
The what?
I don't think Red Dead Redemption 1 is.
Nah, I don't think Red Dead Redemption 1 is either.
Oh, just the second one, right? Play the fucking second one. You gotta go backwards.
Like for example, right? Like the Batman trilogy that's coming to the Switch. I don't care what anybody says about that. I would get it specifically just to play in hand because it's not. Wait, I don't know if it's on the Steam Deck. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Is the trilogy? Oh, well, let's say hypothetically it wasn't available on the Steam Deck and the Switch was the only way you'd be able to play it portably. I wouldn't look for any review outlet because I know how good that game is. So I don't give a fuck if it got review bombed or not. Like that is a game that I'm going to buy.
You would just get it because you can take it with you.
Exactly, but also I know how good the game is though. Like I played it before. I know how good that game is. So nothing would hinder my, you know what I mean? It's like the same way like people with Red Dead Redemption coming to the Switch. Like if you played it on PS3, you love the game, you're going to get that same experience on the go.
Yeah.
I just feel like review outlets shouldn't really apply if it's a game that you've already played.
Yeah. If you already played it and you're trying to play the remaster version on the PS4, it's already a major console that you played it on before already. So you might as well just, there's got to be a reason that you got rid of the first one. You either beat it or like, there's no reason to get it again for PS4 if you already beat it or you already had it or you sold it. There was a reason for that sell, right?
Yeah.
So the only reason, the best thing is to get it on the Switch because you can take it with you is the main thing. You're still getting that same experience like Ramir said. Because the Switch is like a PS4 almost. Maybe a little bit less. A little bit less.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
I'm not trying to blow their head up, but you could. The whole point is that you can take it on the go. You're able to play this AAA game that was long ago that everybody loved and it was well known, but now you could.
I just think Nintendo fans have lower standards just in general, though, because like Mayor was saying,
the shit that they got to deal with now.
Like my man was saying, he said, "Oh, Red Dead Redemption, the remaster on PS4 was getting more flack." Because they expect that to be as a PS3 game. You can't run it at 660. You can't run it at 1480.
Hold on. Also, why the fuck do you still have a PS4?
Oh no,
that's true too.
That's not true. Whatever. And then now,
looking at my watch, it's 2023, my friend.
Yeah, and so No, just and then like and for the Switch, they're comparing it to the 360 version, and they're like, "Oh well, it looks marginally better than the 360 version." So that's good enough. Like they just have lower standards overall. Like they just say, "Oh well, it's a Switch. What do you expect?" And they take that out of the review. They don't take no points off from it. And well, I guess that's okay, but like it's really not.
But like to your point, like how we mentioned it earlier, like how games get huge success, but then they're review bombed by the audience. Street Fighter 6 is another example. It's at like a 90 on Metacritic, but the user score is like 60. So like, what if they ported it over to the Switch tomorrow? So like, Aaron, would you need to see reviews prior to getting it on the Switch? Or in your mind, you're like, whether the resolution is downgraded or not, I don't expect this to run like the same console version. So I'm not really going to need a review for it. I'm not even going to check sites for it. I know this is a buy.
First of all,
that like
I'm not buying Street Fighter 6 on the Switch. Secondly, first of all, because we just got to talk about like stick drift. Do you know what Street Fighter will do with that shit? I'm not kidding.
You'll set it on fire.
You need the frames too. You need it to be smooth to be playing that game competitively.
Yeah, exactly. No, I can't be having one. Street Fighter 6 is a beautiful looking game. Secondly, I can't be having it dropping frames, doing the special moves, them cinematic ass special moves, and all that shit, and drop it down to like 19 frames per second. Like it takes me out of the experience. You know what I mean? Yeah. And not only that, like Smash Bros. Kind of owned that console. Who's going to be playing online on Street Fighter on Switch? Nobody. You know, so
not on Switch.
It
won't work.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know reviewers, mainly Nintendo-oriented reviewers, will give it a good review. Like, oh well. You won't get the full Street Fighter experience, but you can't take it portable.
I know, right? I know. Yeah, they would just give it a 90 based off that.
Yep. 9 out of 10. You can do it portable.
Yeah, they would
so
give it 90.
I wouldn't trust their reviews in because they're holding Nintendo to an objective lower standard.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it anyway.
That's why there's not big slander for the Switch, because they're already expecting it to be what it is. You know what I mean?
And to my point earlier, it actually is AAA games that do betas. Like, for instance, Diablo that came out earlier this year and Resident Evil had demos and beta. So that's all I was talking about. Is like giving it my own.
Did you have to pre-order that to get the beta though?
Oh no, not for Diablo.
Oh, okay.
Not for Resident Evil 4. You didn't pre-order the demo.
I know Resident Evil 4 you didn't, but I didn't know about Diablo.
Diablo had I think it was a closed beta though. So like certain betas you got to get access to.
You got to sign up for it.
There's a like Payday 3 is available right now, but you have to sign up for Steam and hope to get access to it.
Yeah, it's like random pick people.
That's stupid.
I was able to get access though. I didn't really have to pre-order or anything for Diablo, but
they really just pick people who are on top of like watching it and really want the game.
Yes. Street Fighter did it.
Be the case.
Tekken did it. They all did it.
I don't know why.
Wait, did what?
Pick people like just YouTubers and influencers over people. They claimed it was random, but
no, I mean I was able to get that. Well, it just depends. Like I was able to get Tekken access. I mean, I did it on all platforms, but
you
just got to take the extra mile. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. The people who went the extra mile and literally applied for all the systems that they have to try to get it.
Like the same thing with Mortal Kombat. Like people, Mortal Kombat wasn't open. I mean, bro, like the game, the beta was available like 2 weeks before the game comes out.
That means that they weren't paying attention for it.
If you plan on buying the game anyway, then just pre-order the shit and play a couple, like experience it earlier. Like especially if you're gonna buy it anyway. Like,
and I also want to get a good consensus of the gameplay. That's why I always think like early viewing of the gameplay is value to like outside of seeing the score for a game. Like I feel like that's more valuable.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
you avoid glitches and all this. Yeah.
Yeah. So to answer the question, should gamers trust game reviews? For me, I would say no, because you should be able to just go in, test it out yourself.
Right. Yeah, that's a no for me as well, honestly.
Yeah, no.
But it depends though, because what if you get a very small indie game, like, and you don't want to pay for it?
Well, that indie game would usually have a demo.
They do. A lot of games do have demos.
And again, you don't have to buy the game outright as soon as it comes out. You can wait or watch the game yourself.
A lot of indie games don't got the prestige of a Sony or Nintendo that have like legions of brain dead fans buying their games regardless. They have to actually prove themselves.
Yeah.
A good example, I did that with Blasphemy.
Blasphemous?
Blasphemous, my bad. Yeah. I played the demo first before I got it. And, I just, after that, got it since it was a good game.
Yeah. And they got 2 coming out too.
I say it's both and both. Like, I mean, you can still go based off your own opinion, mostly your own opinion. But then it's like, if you want to just like check something out, just see like how everybody else thinks about it. Like, it's like both. Like, you know what I mean? Don't go too based off of their opinions and what they think about the game. But you can also be like, you know what? Let me go check it out, see how it goes. So it's like I said, like it depends on, it varies from person to person on that one.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I only look at the reviews to see what people are talking shit about, and then play the game myself and be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Right. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna probably look at the reviews first before even purchase.
Because it could literally be like a Karen, and they could be like, "Oh, I don't like the way the lighting hits the certain item inside the thing, so it's not good to me."
Or like in Overwatch when they were all complaining about Tracer's like first that one emote that she used to do when she would just look over her shoulder back at the camera, and they're like, "Oh, she's too sexualized," and they had to change it.
Yeah, it's stuff like that is why you shouldn't go based off of reviews. Yeah, it's just like going to Amazon and trying to buy something.
There was like a whole thing going on too, where they was trying to like get it to the point where the people was complaining so much, like, or certain people were complaining as far as like the game being too violent or something like that. And we're like, it's Overwatch. How is this too violent? This is basically a shooter game for kids.
Yeah.
But
kids play Fortnite.
Right. Like there's people getting shot there.
And there's real guns in Fortnite, like AKs and stuff in Fortnite. So, I don't know.
Whereas Overwatch is more of like a futuristic thing.
Exactly.
I think reviews overall was more value back in the early 2000s because they were
for sure.
Versus nowadays, or everybody's getting paid, or they attached to the company somehow.
Yeah.
So,
definitely that.
There's that, and I feel like people started to like more or less formulate their own opinion. Obviously the people that are getting paid for those reviews, them aside. I feel like nowadays people are just like not really paying attention to that.
I'd say check it out for yourself before.
100%. That's basically what I do.
All right, so let's move on to the final topic. Liam Neeson calls Star Wars fans a cult and says, well, "I don't know what that's all about." And then says that Disney ruined the series. How?
I think
because Ahsoka's doing pretty fucking well.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think good. As far as that goes, I think in a sense I can understand what he means as far as like Star Wars fans are like a cult because there's a lot of us.
And that's not
no. Like it's not just that. It's just like there is a lot of us because it is a huge franchise, but it's also like the fans are.
What he said. This is what he said. He said that he was at an airport one time. He was at an airport and he was expecting somebody to come up to give him like a get an autograph from him because he played Qui-Gon Jinn, and he said instead of a kid coming up to him, it was a grandfather, and that's what made him.
Well, because his movie came out so long ago.
That shit came out, I think, believe the early 2000s around there.
Yeah, that's why.
So he's talking shit on someone who literally likes the series, even if time went by. That doesn't make any sense.
Actually, he should have been more grateful because he was still a fan.
Right,
like you're still remembered for that character.
Right, it's a timeless thing. That should have something play in your head. Like, oh, this is still going on. The fan base is still growing just for this one franchise. That's awesome, and I was part of that. I feel like none of that clicked.
Liam Neeson's a great actor, but he on some shit right now.
No, he's just mad. He's just mad because he didn't survive that stab.
So.
Yeah. Whereas
he probably seen that episode. It's like, what the fuck? They could have kept me going.
He probably called Disney right as he saw that.
He said he's also what?
Oh no, I was just reading in like a recent article about like him talking about on an interview. Liam Neeson said he was scolded by George Lucas about like him acting on set too. So it's like,
oh yeah. Apparently him and who was it? Him and the Ewan. Apparently they were making like lightsaber noises, and George Lucas is like, "Fuck no, don't do that."
So what is he? Is he a part of the series now?
No, Liam Neeson. So in the 2000s, it was like the Phantom Menace or something like that with Darth Maul. He was Qui-Gon Jinn. He was Obi-Wan's master. So he played in the movie a long time ago, and he died in that movie.
Yeah.
So that's the last time. That's the last you see of him. So I don't know why he's saying it's a cult. Like, motherfucker, you were in the movie.
And then he says like he dismisses the spinoffs. He doesn't like those either.
I don't like the spinoffs either. I don't like Rogue One and shit was sucked, dude.
Get what he's saying too, because it seemed like when Star Wars came out, it was this phenomenon and it was like glorified. And it would look like it was specifically just meant to be movies, which are specifically related to each other. But now there's so many spin-offs and like it kind of deters from, because like I've seen like the original classic Star Wars movies, but like if you ask me like the son of this and who's this person and shit like that, like, it kind of becomes overwhelming because it's like, that's why like I don't even know like what is this show called? Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Like when I watched the first couple Star Wars movies, like a lot of these characters wasn't even a thing. Like
they were in like,
but they've expanded so much now to where it's like, damn, I can't even keep up. Like
that's Marvel. That's like Marvel.
Fucking Skywalkers and what are the Jedi? Like I always thought Star Wars was associated with Jedi, and then now you're telling me Jedi don't exist more.
Exactly. That was like it's different now.
It's
overwhelming.
The Jedi is an order of knights and saviors. And
I think what's really going on is like it originally just started out with those like movies, but it blew up so much that they ended up continuously going along with the story and building the background lore and everything. So when they came back into it, they were just lost. So that's where the overwhelming comes from, because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, well, they say that the Jedi are no longer, but there's a few Jedi, they're just in hiding because of the main bad guy basically. He set out, it's called Order 66, where everybody from the Imperial Army started killing the Jedi out, but they even had like spies, like people who knew the Jedi, like were friends or whatever. They ended up turning against them, killing them. And then some people got away, some people didn't. And
some people also defected and joined them.
Yeah, some people joined them, which are now Sith, which are the guys with the red blades. So that's the whole mix up. People are like confused and shit. It's just from before. You just got to watch it from the beginning and you'll understand it, like in the proper order.
I don't think he's gonna do that.
Yeah, it's a lot. Nobody's gonna do it, but if you really want to get it, you have to start from the beginning, literally in order how they did it between the shows and the movies, the cartoon.
I mean,
shows
you guys don't think like the spinoffs like are ruining like the main series?
No, because it has nothing to do with it. Like Rogue One is trash.
No, because they hit reset.
Rogue One is trash.
They hit reset on the newer movies. That's why it's no.
Well, it's not hitting reset. It's just starting. It's like a saga.
Yeah.
It's like Marvel. It's like Infinity Saga. Now we got the Kang Dynasty. Like it's a whole. They're not dismissing the old movies. They're just moving on to more.
That's why it's not ruining it.
Yeah, it's not ruining it. It's just they don't understand
expanding
that.
on it.
Yeah.
But also, to be fair to Liam Neeson, like George Lucas also said the same thing in the past with the prequel Star Wars movies. He said a lot of the fans like really had like a lot of complaining back then.
Yeah, he said like the fans
but that's for everything. Any fan that's like really into something, they're gonna talk shit because they want it a certain way. That's not just for Star Wars. That's for anything.
Right. It's just the way how rapid the fan base was compared to like the older ones.
The fan base is rapid.
Apparently, we're a part of a cult. So
fuck it. I guess we're gonna be sacrificing some goats or some shit.
But that's the thing though. Like, imagine trying to explain, hey, get into Star Wars, and then all these fucking different titles had the brand Star Wars slapped on them. So it's like, where the hell do you start?
Well,
at least like this. One thing that like if you're arguing cult followings and success, the only other thing you compare to is Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones does it right because the spinoffs they got are not pertain to a specific character. They're specific time periods.
It pertains to the family.
Like, what do we need? Like, what do we need? Obi-Wan, and then what was the other one before that? Boba Fett. There's too many
Boba Fett's a jobber. What the hell do you know about him?
Well, I mean, to be fair, like these
spin-offs, like, a lot of these characters.
Go on, Mir.
Yeah, go ahead. I was waiting for you to finish.
I was done. Oh. No, you were saying the spin-offs. I was done.
Yeah, I think but like the one thing that you got to look at from more like the fan side of these other things is that a lot of these spin-offs that are focusing on certain characters, it's not just a random character in the show. These are very like important characters that were featured very often. They're very popular characters. Like Obi-Wan, for example, if you watch the Clone Wars, he was a very pivotal character in that series and in the movies themselves too. Like as far as like the newer movies or like just the older ones and the TV shows, like in general, Obi-Wan was a very important character. So it would only make sense why he had a spinoff. And the same thing with Ahsoka. Ahsoka was one of those characters that's like, I feel like she probably became more popular or just like introduced from the Clone Wars. But in that, she like that character alone did get a lot of traction just because of whose Padawan she belonged to, which was Anakin Skywalker. Everyone knows who Anakin Skywalker is.
And if you're wondering what Padawan means, Padawan is apprentice to a master.
Yeah, that's all that means.
I think we all know that, but maybe not here. But
I would hope that we all knew that, but I feel like
maybe not Mir. Like
Mir's,
bro. Once you start talking about the Clone Wars and shit, I'm like,
Mir's just
I've seen OGs, bro. Like, and listen, like,
Mir's just a specimen. We don't know what's going on with that one.
Maybe they're just gonna be better as TV series. I don't know. Like, if they need more screen time to be embraced, that's fine. Like, because again, like how you're saying Obi-Wan and all these characters play pivotal points and they contribute to the story. The same thing can be said about Game of Thrones. Like a lot of those characters, the Mountain, Sansa, all those, they did excellent screen time, and everyone was able to grasp and embrace those characters on the screen time. I don't need a spin-off of Jon Snow.
Yeah, but
I don't need a spin-off of Jon Snow.
Yeah, we do not need a spin-off.
That doesn't make you a fan then, because you don't want to see them anymore.
Exactly.
The difference is
no. It's not that it doesn't make me a fan. I am able to embrace what they did on screen. They gave me enough to understand the character and where they came from, where I don't need more. Bro, what do I need a Jon Snow spinoff for?
So it's kind of
well, that's different. That's Game of Thrones.
There's a difference.
Hold on. We can't compare Game of Thrones to Star Wars. Star Wars is so much bigger than Game of Thrones.
It's comparing them directly. I'm just
Star Wars dwarfing Game of Thrones doesn't even begin to cover that.
No, I'm not saying that you're comparing it hugely. I'm just saying like
you're talking about like. But your guys are saying like expanding and
it's because
storytelling within the characters.
Because this franchise is so large that people want to know more and go into depth of these characters because they're so well known.
And not only that, like let's take Obi-Wan for example, right? That series in the movies and the previous like TV shows that came out. There was just like a gap of information
was missed.
That was missed between like what Obi-Wan was like, during the Clone Wars when they first, did the Order 66, and then like the start of like Luke's whole like start off point.
And that's where I fall in with Ramir, what he's talking about with Game of Thrones, how they put all that information in that character in that moment. But yes,
what you're saying is simply just an expansion on explaining a little bit more of the characters back.
So they probably did that. They probably did that so they can make it longer, so they can expand the time of that whole series. Now it's either that or they just fucked up and forgot to give important information between each character within that time frame. But instead, I feel like they just did it on purpose so they can have later on, that gap, and they could be like, okay, we can use this. We can make a new show. We can do this. Now, if you give all that information at once, like Game of Thrones, you probably won't even ever see Game of Thrones ever again. That franchise is dead. Star Wars is keep going because they leave gaps in each character on purpose.
Because it's going to make you to want more.
But it sounds like they're just, it sounds like they're just milking characters.
They are.
I agree with you. They are, but
because bro, like listen.
But for us fans, we like that shit because we want to see more.
I agree.
I get it, but like you're not telling me, bro. I don't remember which one he was introduced, but the first 3 to 4 Star Wars movies, Boba Fett was in one of them, and he was not a real prevalent character.
He was
No,
not.
he
You're
wasn't.
telling me 15.
He was not.
You're telling me 15 years later, motherfuckers decide to invest into his character.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
motherfuckers like us, we watched him.
Bro, y'all watched him die.
What's it?
Y'all watched him die. Like,
Okay, yeah,
y'all
but
watched
we
him
don't know what
die,
happened
and then
between.
y'all watched him die, and now y'all like, oh, well, what happened to him? I need a whole story. I need a whole season for this. Like, bro, what?
It's just like Nintendo fans. They want more. They will sit there and fucking spend the money on bullshit games. It's the same shit. We want
It's not
more.
like
Give us
DC
more. Give us
universe,
the same Mario's 20 more times.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same idea, but it's just now it's just for a different franchise.
So you're saying Nintendo's a cult too? Nintendo
Nah,
fans.
if anything, it's like Marvel. Marvel milks the hell out of characters. Too.
But they do it on purpose because that's
like,
what
who
the
the hell
fans
cares
want,
about,
and they
who the
know
hell
that
cares
they
about Loki.
and they
I
know.
thought he was about to say
Like,
Thor.
nobody
And
cares,
feel some type of way.
bro. No, like, let's be honest. No one cared about Loki until he was in the Avengers, and even in that, he was a villain.
But
it was cool.
it's not about caring about
Keep
him
it
specifically. It's because
no one
what
cares about
path
his
he took.
backstory, and who cares, bro? It's
All right, so
Loki.
Marvel fans care. Real Marvel fans.
So
care.
look at it this way. Look at it this way. So remember when they had
Bro,
the whole time heist when they all had to go back in time to steal the stones from a specific moment in time?
Mhm.
There was a point where Loki stole
Is this
the
a
time
movie or
stone.
is
Yes.
this in Loki?
Yeah, and when
TV show?
he vanished, where did he go?
Wait,
we got
which
Loki. We
movie?
found out
All right,
now.
so
Which
Mir.
movie is this?
So if you watch Endgame when they lost to Thanos and shit like that, and then they had to go back in time to get the stones again, they fucked up where Loki had ended up, instead of them stealing the the Soul Stone or whatever. No, the Soul Stone,
the Space Stone.
the Space Stone. Instead of them
Keep tapping.
acquiring the Space Stone, it got knocked out of his Tony Stark's hand, and then Loki picked it up and disappeared with the soul with that stone.
And
that's what started that branch off to the Loki series.
yeah,
That
it's
is
basically
a
explaining
reach.
what happened after
See,
that.
but this is the
Bro,
shit. You
is
have to
cool,
pay
bro.
attention to
I'm not-
every detail in the movie to get it.
And if
which
you
is-
didn't see
which
that
is
moment,
fine,
then
but-
now you're just confused, and now you're having this whole
Yeah.
tit fit as far as like, oh my
Listen,
god, why did they do that? We don't care. Well, you didn't see that
No,
moment, so
listen.
obviously you're not going to care.
All that is fine, but that still doesn't negate the fact that they're milking characters. How many times they're going to continue to throw little Easter eggs in each damn scene
And
to
then we gotta have
continue another part?
How many times are
That's
going to
the
make
point.
Horizon Forza? How
And
many
that's-
times are going to make
but-
Call of Duty?
but that-
How
and
many
that-
times are going to make
and then that's
Legend of Zelda? It's the same shit.
No, he did not. He
Bro,
didn't say Call of Duty.
there's that.
You can't pick and choose what you want to feel, what you feel like complaining about. You're not complaining about
It's
Zelda.
not
You're not
that.
complaining
It's not
about
even
Call
that.
of Duty.
What I'm saying is the Star Wars community are complaining about how there's too many shows, about how there's this oversaturation of everything. You continue to get that when you continue feeding off of each and every character. Yes, do games come out every year? Absolutely.
The same games like Call of Duty,
but
literally the same.
that's fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with a Marvel movie coming out every year. Just make it different. I don't need an expansion off of another character. Like, for example, Black Widow, when she died in Avengers.
Fuck that bitch.
This could be me. I'm not speaking for
It was a
everyone.
good movie, though.
No, it was not.
When she
I have
died,
to like the movie.
listen. When she died, that's fair. That's fine. I can care less about what happened to her. All I'm saying is I didn't need a spinoff in history to figure out what happened and how she came back and all. Like, I can care less.
Well,
about
Black
that. And I'm
Widow didn't
speaking
come
for
back.
myself.
She never came back.
I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
why you
she
hate?
didn't
Why you
come
hate? Why you hate her for? It?
Yeah,
Fuck
but
her.
Black Widow
Like, no,
died.
I don't, but I'm just saying, like, if it happened in the movie, okay.
Yeah, but
Let
Black
shit happen in the
Widow
movie.
died for it was an important part of why she died and what she died for. She had to die to get the Soul Stone.
All right, but for that one though,
Which
for
is
that
fine.
one, they didn't have to make a movie about her.
No,
though.
I agree with that because I hate that fucking
Right,
movie.
like that's exactly like that's just dumb as shit. It's milking shit. Like, what do we
Yeah.
need? What do we need that
All,
for?
like,
So I agree with you when it comes to certain people and certain things, but there is characters that I do like to see more, whether they put them in the past or put them in the future or whatever it is, the case may be. It all depends on what character you like or you want to see. I want to see more characters. I want to see more Doctor Strange. That's one of my favorite Marvel characters. and shit.
Hell no.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
I think those.
Hold on, Aaron. Let Aaron go first. Let me try to
Let's
talk.
see what Star Wars projects are in the works right now. All right, let's see that because this got a bunch of
Probably 7.
Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic. Okay. Star Wars Lando. A Lando TV show. Come on now. Lando?
I don't care about Lando.
Lando. Okay,
we don't need to see Lando.
A Star Wars Rogue Squadron movie?
We don't need a Rogue Squadron movie.
Like, are you serious? There's a Kevin Feige Star Wars movie. But don't worry, that one's been canceled. I guess that's good. Star Wars Andor season 2. What the fuck?
We don't even need the first Andor. The first Andor sucked.
Andor sucked.
I think
Andor is one of those fucking spin-off movies that we don't like. I mean, shows, whatever, that we don't need.
I think the only ones that are really important is like Ahsoka because she was really tied in.
Yeah, like the main line characters is what I would like to see more, other than these little stupid side offs. Yeah,
right. Like they didn't have to do the Boba Fett series. Like they had no reason.
I didn't care for him either.
But that's
I thought it was
that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's a fair point.
I thought you were talking about that.
To the Star Wars fans, like we don't need every damn little piece of information to be made into a whole storytelling.
For certain characters.
That's all I was saying.
I just would like to.
I just think like if I had to if I had to recommend somebody, start Star Wars here, and I go home and I go on Disney Plus and I see 30 damn things of Star Wars.
It's not gonna make you not want to have to watch it.
What the hell? Where the hell do I even start?
The book of Boba Fett? The book of Boba Fett. What the fuck is that?
On Disney Plus, they have it in chronological order, if you want to watch it that way.
Like, my favorite thing, Lord of the Rings. Very simple. You get the first 3 movies, then you get the Hobbit movies. It's very basic. We don't need spin-offs of Aragon and how he met this person.
From you loving Lord of the Rings.
Bilbo Baggins.
So from you loving Lord of the Rings, listen, so you loving Lord of the Rings, you don't want to see them anymore in the future? So you're done with that?
I mean, bro, listen, what Lord of the Rings was when it came out in the 2000s is exactly how those Star Wars movies were. Those are legacy movies. They cannot be touched. They are cult classics. Touched. They are what they are. They are what they are. I don't care because it's a piece of entertainment that's flawless. I don't need it to be expanded or
exactly. So you no longer want to see Lord of the Rings story anymore. You're done with that.
It's not that I don't need to see it. I don't need to specifically see it.
I feel like you're bouncing around the question. I feel like it was like a yes or no, and it's just.
I don't feel like it's a. All right, no. That's
okay.
You wanted the answer? No.
Yes, that's all we were looking for.
I figured I had to give an explanation, but no. I don't.
Well, because there's so many people who would disagree.
DC Universe kind of does the same thing too.
So I totally respect your decision and what you like and what you want to see.
What spinoffs does DC have?
Yeah, what spinoffs does DC have?
DC, Suicide Squad, they did like a bunch of
like crazy.
Oh yeah, he's right.
But DC,
that's a sequel though, isn't it?
No, they got.
It is. It's a sequel to the first one.
Yeah, they did the Harley
Squad too.
Yeah, they did the Harley
Quinn 1984 sucked.
Yeah, but the Harley Quinn series is still canon.
Animated though, like
no. You talking about the actual live action Harley Quinn movie?
But that's still a spin-off of like the whole universe of even with the Justice League. Like they made
the Harley Quinn movie is not canon. Is not part of her story.
But it's a spin-off.
It's not. It's either a canon or a spin-off.
A spin-off to what? What is it? It's an animated show.
No. There's the live action Harley Quinn.
We're not talking about a show. We're talking about a movie.
Yeah, there's like Birds of Prey.
I'm confused.
But all right, let's just even say the Justice League too. Like they do that.
The old school
Batmans.
Oh wait, when you say Justice League, are you talking about the movie or the show? The animated show?
Yeah, the movie. The movie too. Like the movie.
Like they have Dark Knight series.
Batman. Yeah, like they have the Batman from what's that?
But those are completely different.
Justice League bounced off.
Like
no, it's not a show.
I get what you're saying. But they're not sequels though.
No, Justice League is a sequel to Batman vs Superman. It's the dawn of the Justice League.
No, he's saying like, well, are you saying like how the original Batman Dark Knight trilogy came out, and then you're saying it's Robert Pattinson?
No, we're talking about Ben Affleck's Batman. That Batman versus Henry Cavill's Superman. It's not Dark Knight. It's just Batman versus Superman.
Christopher. Yeah, that's Christopher. Whatever.
Nolan, whatever his name is. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, like how they had like two different Jokers too, like the regular Joker movie, the standalone one. Then they have the Suicide Squad Joker, and then they also have like the two Batmans inside the Flash movie. It's like those are like spinoffs, so they're not part of the same universe, but it's like they're milking the same
two Batmans
in
the Justice. What?
Yeah, but those are different stories. Though.
Yeah, the Flash is a sequel to the Justice League.
Stories, though.
The Flash is a part of.
There was another Batman movie last year. That's what I'm saying. It's
you're talking about Robert Pattinson. Yeah, that one was trash.
That's the intention, though. They're completely different. They're not supposed to be like
in the same universe. It's a completely different universe.
It's just like Star Wars, though. That's two different series, but it's the same characters. But you're milking.
No.
Yeah, it is.
What same characters are they using? Darth Vader,
Batman from last year, and then the one that's attached to the Penguin that's about to come out.
Yeah, but it's
this year.
They don't change any characters like that in Star Wars. What are you talking about?
It's different stories, it's different themes. Like things are slightly different though.
It's like headphones that are in your pocket for like the rest of the whole day, and then you pull it out and it's mixed up. You mixing things up.
But that's the same as Star Wars. I don't get it. It's like it's just like milking in the Boba Fett series, and it's like that.
But it's not. It's not a spinoff. It's not a spinoff. It's canon.
No one has an issue. Like
no spinoff is like Andor, where it has nothing to do with the fucking story, and it's just random Star Wars. That's a spinoff.
No, a spinoff is when you take a character that was in a series and then you make it its own thing, and then it's like
the book of Boba Fett isn't doing its own thing. It's just showing what was the space between that certain movie and when he died.
That's a stupid name.
No, Boba Fett was in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, because
they brought him into that, and then they put the spinoff of the Boba Fett by himself.
No, because the Mandalorians were always a thing in Star Wars. They just didn't show it, which is why they made those movies to fill in that story gap.
Right, but I'm saying he was part of Mandalorian at first because he made a cameo in one of the episodes,
right?
And then they made a spin-off off of him from the series.
Yeah, but that's still part of the story.
Listen, whether we argue what the terminology of spinoff is, I think the major point is like how many spinoffs is it? And that's the thing. Like Star Wars has a lot. Like even Marvel has a lot, because if we're using the logic about the Hulk being in one movie and then or a cameo and then being in something else, think about how many times they did that shit in Marvel. Like,
which is fine for me because
did that in Marvel way more than DC.
It works for me when it's certain characters that I want to see. Now when there's characters that I don't want to see, like fucking Kamala Khan, I don't need to be seeing her. She sucks. And like that Andor fucking show, I don't need to see that because that sucks. But you see what I mean? Like, it's
DC Universe did that with Peacemaker too, with Suicide Squad as well. Like they did a bunch of
with who?
Of like with Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's trash though.
Cool because Peacemaker's not trash. It's one of the.
He's literally a dickhead.
It is. Whether you like the character or not, like the show is still received. Like in terms of all, because we know how DC content is. It's always mid and lackluster. But Peacemaker is one of the best DC pieces. Period. That and the Joker.
Yes. What Joker?
You know what he's talking about.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Is like the best one.
You'll kill me with that fucking movie. I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, ready for that movie.
And listen, when the next Star Wars 20 comes out and there's 50 new characters introduced, and there's like 7 different Disney shows spinning off of the different characters, I don't have a problem with it. I don't care.
As long as I'm seeing more Jedi, then fuck if I'm seeing people with their little pew-pews, I don't care for them.
Yeah,
I want to see motherfucking lightsabers flying in the air. What was it I was about to say? Oh, did you guys hear that this Joker 2 is going to be a fucking musical? Good luck with that one, guys.
Are you serious?
It said it's a full-on musical, my guys. Good luck. Have fun with your Joaquin Phoenix.
There's no way. It's going to be.
Why do you think they added? Why do you think they put Lady Gaga? Because she fucking sings, my guy.
That has nothing to do with it. Singers
will be. It says it will be a sing along, my guy. There's no fucking way that there's.
As long as the
Which is fine.
The majority of the movie isn't a sing along.
You got fucking High School Musical over here. Have fun with Joaquin Phoenix.
A lot of
he's so good. I love him.
A lot of DC bias in here.
Star Wars just needs to stop making Force Awakens movies and the Boba Fett, and they'd be good. Just stay on track and make your main characters,
No, Don just summed it up perfectly.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Say that again.
Keep the Jedi shit to one section. Keep the Jedi Force Awakens shit to one specific section where people are able to follow. And then all the other extra characters you would expand and all that shit like that.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Like, as far as when it comes to the movies, it's gonna be it's just gonna be Rey and her story going forward. And then the shows, they're basically trying to just fill the gap from the previous movies, but there shouldn't be too much more left.
Right.
Because Anakin's dead.
Wait, so
Obi-Wan's gone.
Wasn't she in the other couple Star Wars movies, the recent ones?
Who, Rey? Yeah,
Awakens.
she was the main character in the most recent Star Wars movies.
So if she's the main character, what do we need more explanation for her?
Because it's her story. No, it's her story, what she's doing moving forward.
Yeah, the first movie.
Because the last 3 movies that came out with her, she was still following the path of Luke Skywalker and what happened to him and where he went and shit like that.
Yeah, but it didn't talk about her growing up.
Yeah, they didn't talk about her growing up. They didn't talk about what she's doing now, what she did at the end of the last movie. They're going to push forward for, like, there's going to be new characters and stuff.
Not come to an end or a conclusion?
Never.
Never. That's just not how Star Wars goes.
Does South Park ever end? Is South Park ever going to end? No. What's the difference from that?
Listen, man, certain things should come to an end. Like,
they should.
Not with Star Wars. That shit's gonna live on forever, man. The fan base is too high.
The Star Wars fan base is way too big for that.
Right.
If we got grandkids, it will still
You're
be
right.
Yeah. That is what it is.
Like, not only, like, on that point though, as far as like what was the last Star Wars movie, it just ended off with Rey, showing her brand new lightsaber that she finally made herself.
I want to see her use that shit.
Right. Like, I want to see like how that training goes. Is it going to be like some Sabine shit and she's just going to be ass, or does she actually know how to use it now?
We don't like to listen to Nintendo fanboys, so stay back there.
Kind of thing. I mean, things always can have an open-ended possibility, but like, do you always need a sequel directly for it? And I'm just curiously asking. I'm not arguing anything. I'm just
in the case of Star Wars, yes, I need to know what happens next.
Yeah, I do too.
I feel like they should just make new characters. That's all.
Well, that's what I feel like they're going to do moving forward. That's what I just said.
They also kind of already did when they introduced Rey,
and she was a new character,
and Kylo Ren.
Like, I'm saying, like,
the wannabe Darth Vader.
It's okay. You guys just don't like Star Wars. We get it.
Right. You guys can just admit that. We're not going to hate you too much.
The way The Last of Us or Horizon ended, if they just deaded the games there, I'd be fine. I don't care what happens to Abby.
Yeah, honestly,
where Ellie goes.
Yeah.
It's because she was made to be. Abby was made to be a hated character. That's why you don't want to see any more of her.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate
Yeah. Well,
I would love it.
Yeah, if you guys don't like Star Wars, we get it.
I don't care if they did.
Just like you guys,
I like Star Wars, bro.
I don't think you do.
There's a lot to take.
I'm just trying to talk shit. I was gonna say because
Ramir, I want to see sequels.
Because Ramir likes Call of Duty and we don't, and then Dante likes fucking Metal Gear Solid and we don't, and Death Stranding.
I'm just saying, like, why keep repeating yourself with Force Awakens? Like, that's a literally repeat of Darth Vader's story.
Yeah, it is.
It was ending. It was ending the story.
Oh God!
It was ending the story because the Emperor was still alive, and she finally got rid of him for good. Because now there's no cliffhanger, no nothing with them.
Yeah, she actually killed him.
It's a shot-for-shot remake of Episode 6. That's the crazy part.
Did Rey actually do it though?
She did. He disintegrated.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, I was like I know he's dead for sure, 100%. But like technically, the Force kills.
Like, I'm not dissing Star Wars. Like, I like the Rogue One. Like, I like what they did with that.
You like the most hated Star Wars. That's the main problem.
That makes sense because there's a lineage attached to the older ones. Like, they explained the Death Star and everything with him handing over to Princess Leia and everything. Like, that made more sense because it was attached to the
We
backstory of
didn't
Star
need Rogue
Wars.
One. We didn't.
I think we did because it at least explains stuff in the backstory. But with like Force Awakens, that was just a retelling of. They just changed it into a female and just called it the same movie with Darth Vader, and it's all the same characters.
Yeah,
but
I want to see a Cal Kestis show.
Yeah, that would be.
Let's start.
I want to see. I want to see a Starkiller show.
Yes,
Aaron, let's start getting spinoffs in video games. Let's get a full.
You got different episodes of. Different series of Call of Duty.
You got Advanced Warfare.
You got Modern Warfare. You got Black Ops.
Call of Duty. They're different. But they're condensed though. Black Ops series follow each other, and it's known for a specific thing.
But
there's no
it's
extra of
it's
Call
a
of Duty.
spinoff.
You get your Modern Warfares, you get your Black Ops. But if you want to argue that's two spinoffs.
There's no Call of Duty.
Not compared to thousands.
You got Metroid Prime. You got Metroid Dread.
Right, like there's no Zelda goes on her own.
You got like 30 Tomb Raiders. You got a whole bunch of this. It's a whole fucking different. It's for everything. It works for everything.
But they're still very minuscule. There's very small reboots for Tomb Raiders.
Because Tomb Raider kind of died though.
From 2013, and that's all we got. You get the 2000s reboot, and you get the original PlayStation 1. We don't need a reboot.
Mortal Kombat. You got Mortal Kombat.
Nathan Drake's
Shaolin Monk Special Forces.
Again, very minuscule, still smaller than what Star Wars has.
Because I'm not disagreeing with you that
that's all.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you when it comes to they're milking. Of course they're milking.
I don't need a spinoff for what's her name from The Last of Us 2 that Ellie. You
also don't have to watch
it. What's her name? I don't need a spinoff for that. Like
I see.
The Last of Us 1, Last of Us 2.
Danny wants to play as Joel's grandmother or some shit. That's what he wants to do.
I ain't say go that far in depth.
No, I'm playing with you. Man.
If all the details from every character.
If Joel somehow had like a kin that he slept with somebody,
not.
if it went down a path where Joel had slept with somebody and they had a baby, and then their kid grew up, but then the other two, then he died, and then he's trying to avenge the death, I'll fucking play that game.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's just like how Uncharted making like another Uncharted with his daughter, and it's like it's not unnecessary.
I mean, in Last of Us,
but you can get away with that because that'd be a very first thing, and that could be interesting. And then I get what you're saying, Don. I agree. I don't want it either, but for a brand new twist, it could be something completely
maybe that love scene in Last of Us 2 was made to indicate that Abby's going to be pregnant, and then she has a baby, and then you go down that story.
That love scene was horrible.
In the middle of an apocalypse.
It was horrible. I didn't say it was good.
That scene was horrible.
I never said it was good.
Oh man!
Listen, what we really need is all the NPCs and enemies from Tears of the Kingdom, and we need space for every enemy type. That's what we really need. We need to be diverse with the
Legend of Zelda, Story of the
backstory.
Yeah,
we need to
go on.
Like, when do you ever really play as Zelda? Never. Exactly. Maybe you're gonna get a whole story with just her. Who knows?
I mean, that'd be cool. I think people will be excited.
Imagine playing with Zelda, and then at night she turns into Sheik.
Oh, that's tough.
That's fire.
You know what I mean?
That's tough.
That's dope.
That's the problem. You guys encourage dumb shit.
All right. If anybody,
I think things like Star Wars Vision is pretty good. Like at least it explains like how the lightsaber works.
That's good.
Different stories.
That's a
I
good
like
show.
stuff like that.
All right. If anybody has any last takes on the whole Liam Neeson thing, forever hold your peace. Say it now. Forever hold your peace.
He hates them fans. He hates the movie style.
Because they killed him off so quickly.
No one cares. Everybody moved on.
Qui-Gon who? Who's that? I'm playing. He's well known.
He's a very well known character in the series.
All right. I guess we'll just close it off there. That sounds like a great episode. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe. See you